Hey guys, hope all is well with you and yours. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We're gonna get into some stuff. I as always over here, I promise to cover Dolton. That's what we're covering. So I wanted to share what Tiffany Henyard did today, right? So shockingly, right? So let's go ahead to her YouTube page and not her YouTube, our Facebook page. Hope all is well with you. But I find it really interesting. I think we have to cover it all now. Hey Ted, I don't know if for instance anything was paid for. So I don't know if anything's been paid for, guys. We have no idea what is going to be on the warrant with the warrants list next week. Let's go ahead over to her Facebook and see how it's going. So you guys, I did go down there. My girl, I don't know. We couldn't get out the car. We were like, we don't know. Let's go ahead and play what she got going on. I was scared to get out the car, child. Okay, so right here, I'm going to narrate. Right now, this guy he's actually Luther Vandross. So the music is playing. So I'm going to let it go. You guys hit that like button. You guys know I still have that thing in my jaw. Hey, Jay Jones. Hey, Strawberry Shortcake. Andrea. So it's Apollo, right? So it's over there at Greenwood Falls. They're dancing on the ice rink, guys. So this is just ice. So you know that, and this is Tiffany Henyard Facebook page. However, she's sharing what is done in Dolton. And you know, she always says at the board meetings, we never talk about media. I'm not media, but we never talk about nothing that goes on in Dolton. So I wanted to sort of talk about it. She only has 21 people watching, 19 people watching now. Not that I'm far behind, but I thought I could share that. Let me try to plug up this microphone. You guys let me know if I sound okay. Okay, one second. So that's supposed to be fake Luther. You know, like the people that do the impersonations. Hey, succeeding. Okay. Um, let's see. So we're showing let me just plug up this microphone one second. So that's Luther. Look at a police officer. I want to say that's Terry. Is that Mr. Terry Young? I don't know because he's a sergeant. He's out there dancing. Okay, guys, I have my microphone in. Let me know if I sound okay. So I can't play what he's doing right now because you know, Tiffany is sort of like your girl Burgundy. She can't get the camera. Girl, put it in landscape. Okay, so they're on just ice. This guy is a Luther Vandross. Yes, it's on the ice rink. It's going on now. It's set up, you guys. Hold on, let me actually, I'm sharing the link in case you have anything to say. Succeeding. There you go. Um, you know what? I think that was he did not strike me as a dancer type either. That Luther jacket is pretty nice. He got the little shingles on there. So what they have over there, they're on Just Ice Rink. This is the Luther Vandross impersonator. He's pretty young for a Luther Vandross impersonator, isn't he? I wonder if he got his hair like that or is that like a curly little wig, if you will. I gotta look again. They have barbecue there. So she blocked off the street, which is Greenwood and 144th. That's Greenwood Falls. This is Look at the bouncy houses. She got a castle. She has about, I would say, about 4 bouncy houses. It's a slip and slide there. She has a stage. She has music, and that was definitely a lieutenant dancing with somebody. When he stopped singing, I'ma play it, guys. I just didn't want to cut my channel off for music. Okay, so it look like he got red bottoms on. Okay. Oh, remember? Oh my gosh, Succeeded. Is that supposed to be the lady with the hat from the Apollo? Remember the lady that would be in the front row? Let me add Succeeded in. Hey, Succeeded.
Hey, how you doing, Burgundy? Hey, Chad.
Oh, Lord. Let me see.
You hear me okay?
See, can you say something one more time?
Can you hear me okay?
Oh wow. Let me go back. Okay, go ahead, Succeeded. Now I hear you.
Okay, awesome. Oh, that looks like it was a
You want
good time for everyone that was out there.
it's still going on.
Ooh, they're gonna be partying. Wait, is this on an ice skating rink?
It's on the ice skating rink, and you guys, please in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. Okay. It is in the ice skating rink, right? And I sound muffled. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me start. I tried to use this new microphone. It's not working. Okay, let me start over, guys. Sorry.
Tell us about the big hat lady.
Okay, Succeeding, you there?
Yes, I'm here. You hear me okay?
Okay, we got it. Yep, they said I sounded muffled. Okay, so look, it's another young lady. Let's see what she about to do. What you think, Donna Summer?
Yep,
But it's,
she looked like Donna Summer with the hair.
let's hit play. If let's see what's going on. Oh no, that's Tina Marie.
Okay.
You was about to,
She better be able to sing then.
well, you know what, guys? Let's go ahead and risk it. It'll be demonetized. Hopefully, they'll shut us down. Let's go ahead and listen. If not, we'll come back. We gotta see if she can sing. And there was the kiss when you held me captive in your sweet embrace. I would say she's nervous. She's a little nervous, but it's not bad. You still there, Succeeding?
I would say they probably wouldn't have her at Family Christian Center on a Sunday
Yeah.
or a Wednesday service.
Yeah, I said, oh, she got up there. But it is Apollo. I hope they don't have a Sandman. That would be terrible.
Oh,
But I
that would be terrible. Is that okay? So that's like Apollo. Okay. So maybe she is just very nervous.
yeah. And Ted said it takes courage to get on stage. Yep. And
It
she has,
does.
yeah. But that denim dress is everything. But I was thinking that
That
hat was
is
the
cute.
Apollo. Yeah, she looks really cute back there. So Tiffany has it laid out. She has gazebos, a stage, barbecue. What else she has going on? Bouncy houses, slip and slides.
And when you say
Uh,
barbecue, like spare ribs, baby
I,
backs.
it's probably you know what? Noah Tiffany. We got to wait for the warrant list. We have to see. We have to see what they. You ever been to a party and they be like the kids have the hot dogs and hamburgers, and then the Polishes maybe, and then the adults would get the chicken and the ribs, right? I wonder if it's like that. I used to go to
Yeah.
events like that. But she probably got a lobster on the grill and some crab legs
Right.
for her
Well,
people.
no. Because this was the remember the turkey tails and yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to be because I never ate a lot of meat per se, but I would
Mm-hmm.
always come to a barbecue with my salmon in the foil, my fish in the foil
I've
and
done
stuff.
that too.
Yeah, like can you put that on the grill,
Yeah.
please?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I let them know before
yeah,
so that they're not
yeah.
looking at me.
So I wonder if she did something like that. That would be cute. But
Okay, now let's see if it sounds different.
let's see if she sounded a little better. Let's go back, guys. Right. Let's give her another chance. Lost inside of you. I feel so insecure, and yeah, I never felt so sure. What am I gonna do? Out on a limb, I'm giving it to you again. Baby, baby,
Bless her soul.
I'm giving it to you. Yeah. Oh Oh, she couldn't extend it. She couldn't extend it. And we gonna she kept on going. She did. Remember how the CDs had? I mean, the record had like the what was that? Like the 10 inch, the 7 inch.
Right.
She went to the extended
Yeah, she
version.
was the extended version. I agree.
She went. Thank you, Mel S, for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. You know
Male
what's so
S.
yeah. So the basketball courts are all the way full. It's people on. It's like four
But
who.
it's just a shame though. I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
See that, but going to that event
Hmm.
allows her to open an event that the taxpayers have paid for, that she's named after her daughter,
Hmm.
still
Hmm.
pimping me for barbecue. I'm sorry. I can't come all year unless you're having something. See, I still go back to what Miss Valeria Stubbs says.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that doesn't make it okay. But because psychologically, the way that we think, if someone gives us a little sprinkle here and there, that's supposed to make it all good. That's why you can have 30 people at a meeting and you could hear the news say that funds for Thornton Township have been used for Dolton, and you could have this person, and this person could know the FBI is there, and you could have this person to say, I have no questions, and let me give her a chance. And that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. But you're right. You got to go back to that. The community can't use this at all, right?
Right.
It's only
John
when speaking. Thank
Luna.
you, John Luna, for the $10 super sticker. It says, great to be able to finally catch one of your streams. Great stream as usual. Love your channel and content. Also, your perspective, and of course, your laugh. Oh, thank you so
Her
much.
laugh. Yeah. And when she says, you guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out. It's a great question here. Um, is this a
Yeah.
Thornton Township or a Dalton event? I can't find the flyer. Let me find it. I think this is
It's probably Thornton to
Thornton.
bring those funds, to use their funds.
Yeah, I think this is a Thornton Township event for sure. We're gonna listen to her a little longer. I'm gonna find this flyer really quick. Oh, there. Let's hear what she has to say. That lip is nice. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That liner she got up. Okay, let's go.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Next, coming to the stage. Where's Mr. Lawrence at?
Okay.
Where's Lawrence?
How you doing?
Lawrence.
Thanks for coming out.
Is that Lawrence? Yep. Come on, Lawrence. Well, baby, come on. What's wrong? Hello and no. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all give it that for him. Make him feel at home. Woo! Yep. We here to encourage y'all. Keep getting ready to do some Bruno.
That's pretty cool. Was that just a regular resident that came up to her and said that? Succeeding, you think?
Well, you know, there are people that she is doing things for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There are people that work there.
Okay.
There's people she's doing stuff for.
Okay.
There's gonna be aunts, family members.
Okay. Let's see what Lawrence has to tell us. The little youth here.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Okay, Lawrence.
Yay! Yeah.
I bet they're gonna do good.
Yeah. Oh, and you see the flyer? It is a supervisor event. It says Supervisor Henyard on the flyer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Sound the same. Come on.
Okay.
Uh.
Come on, Lawrence.
It goes just like
Let us hear him, Tiffany.
Y'all know the single scene.
I love that song. Oh no, you shouldn't buy us no flowers. Oh no!
Why
Please
she
stop.
taking his little shine? I know we on her channel, but why she taking his shine away?
Yes, no.
I don't know who sings this, guys. I never heard this song.
I love that song.
Come on.
I want to say it came out like in 2011. I want to say.
Oh, who sings this? This is beautiful.
I used to hear it in yoga at
Oh.
Omni.
Come on.
Oh no!
Okay.
Why is she doing that? Why's she messing his phone up?
I should have bought you flowers.
Can't let nobody have nothing for themselves. Not even the youth.
Should have gave you all my hours when I was.
Girl, you gave us enough hours. Bruno Mars, that's who it is. Bruno Mars.
Put
Yes,
the
thank
hours
you.
on the jumbotron. We want the. Oh my God! Somebody said, "Please, Tiffany."
Yes, I mean, could she not let the young person sing their song?
We'll succeed and we can't complain. We over here on her face.
I know, but the man is singing right at the same time.
And she is at the front, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and they were probably trying to concentrate to get their parts. And her voice is so unique and scratchy because even when she says just that one part about having her money, she sounds awful.
She wasn't doing Tina Marie like that.
Yes.
I'm not looking at the chat.
Young person want to do their thing, and you gotta flap your head and be heard. And like Ted say, it take a lot. So when these young people, I think we need to. Right, she's drowning them out. These young people, we need to be quiet and listen to these young people.
Yeah. Okay. She's really got a nice dress. Let's go back.
Yeah, that dress is sharp.
Is that Corey Bell? I can't tell.
The lady that used to be not the lady that used to be at the racetracks. The big hat lady.
Yeah.
That's what she. I know she's not the big hat lady, but she reminds me of her.
Yeah,
the one that used to be at the racetracks.
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen that lady at the racetracks.
Oh.
When you go like for work, you get a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's so. She would always be there.
Oh. Okay, let's see what she's saying.
Still singing.
I love tonight. Come on. I love.
I wonder. So how do y'all feel? How do you feel about? Let's see.
Yes.
X's and O's. Is that hugs and kisses? Okay. X's and O's. You guys let me check.
Okay.
Oh, the Tiffany phone died. Tiff, come back. Oh, she's waiting on a signal.
X and O's.
Last time somebody said that the Wi-Fi wasn't working one day at the township meeting, and Tiffany Supervisor Henyard said, "It ain't my fault you didn't pay your phone bill."
I heard us say that to the resident. Yep.
We waiting on your signal, girl. We waiting for you to come back.
See, you got to sit on ready. You have to tell her now. That's because the FBI signal's watching you.
Yeah.
You have to sit on ready.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I want you to see if you see that when in your town, like out of curiosity, when it tells you what Wi-Fi is out or what. See if yours happens to say FBI, because I happen to see that signal as a
Whoa.
choice.
Wow. Let me look and see. That's interesting. Like we waiting on a well, I guess we'll go up to the I never even thought about that. I'm gonna have to go up there and be like, let me see what kind of signals I could pick up. So this stuff was probably already since Thornton Township is in the Thornton Township is in the what she said we're in the surplus. So I guess they had enough money for that. I don't know. I don't know, guys. All right, it looked like she lost her signal for a second. Succeeding, how do you feel about that event though going on in Dolton? Like amongst all that she has going on, she's still showing up for the event, and looks like having a good time.
Well, think about it. She has to campaign. And what better, because you can't campaign door to door right now because people telling you off at certain doors. And you don't know how people, that confidence that you had, you don't have that same confidence anymore. So you still got to campaign because how do you get your name or stay relevant?
This is definitely that. Oh, they were saying they could name the Wi-Fi's anything. It could say anything. Yeah, because I sure.
Okay, y'all, because I.
Succeeding, you gone? You left us? We can't hear your voice, babe. Okay, let's play a little bit of her. I think I hear you coming back, Succeeding.
Yes, you hear me okay?
Okay, we hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, when I.
Oh, you cut out again. She said she had to get her Panera. We might it might be there more by. Okay, let's go back and see how while we're waiting on Succeeding, let's see how she presented. Super Mayor presents Showtime at the Apollo. And let's take a look at what was going on in Greenwood Falls while we wait on Succeeding to come back. Oh, there she is. We hear you, Succeeding. We hear you click back in. Oh, no, we don't hear her. She might have to leave and come back out, come back in. Let's see, she probably has to come right back in. Well, let's see if she can go back in and get us. Okay, let's watch what's going on.
Hey guys, come on in, come on in. You know it. Hey, it's Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. So let me turn it around, show you guys what we got going on today. Today is Showtime at the Apollo here in the village of Dolton. And we're getting set up. Yep. So come on. I just wanted to show you really quick what we got going on. People starting to come in. It will be starting shortly. You see, we got the little, you got your good luck charm right there. You see it, you see it. But you see what they doing. So come on out.
Man, I wish Succeeded was here now because I can't believe they brought the tree stump out from Showtime at the Apollo. They brought the tree stump up there. Oh, wow.
Hey guys, if you got time, come on out. We got Showtime at the Apollo. It's right here in Dolton. You have plenty of time to get here. We'll be out here this evening all day. So come join us. And stay tuned for what we got to come. I want to give a quick video because I want you guys to come out. So we are right here. As you can see, the rink. We got free food, free bouncy houses. Bring your kids. We got kid performance. Kid performing different acts today. from rap to singing to dancing. We got Michael Jackson. We got everything you can think of. So come on out and join us. I will see you shortly. Remember, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. That part. Share the video because we'll be out here this evening, probably to about 8 o'clock. If you want to just come by, you want to talk to your mayor, you want to see what's new, what's next, what's happening, please come and join us and come check the kids out. Come support the babies. Because you know it's all about kids. It's all about love. Share the video. I'll go live when we start.
Okay, so that's what it's looking like down there downtown Dolton. Now, this is a Thornton Township event. So this is how it gets a little sticky for some people. Okay, let me try to explain okay, she's back live. Let's go back and see what happened. Is Luther back up there again, or did I miss it? Wait, I think this is yeah, she ended the live. Let me go back. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so let me put the link in there so you can see what was going on. Showtime at the Apollo in Dolton. So this is, I'm gonna let it play while I play. I'll let it play. This is where it gets tricky. Hit the like button if you're here with me. I appreciate your support. Let me play this video again. Sorry guys, I thought I was sharing it correctly and making sure I'm sharing the correct live because she did. Okay, there's Tiffany now. Oh Lord.
Today, she said she want to get on stage and perform. I'm trying to teach her to do public speaking and also be a performer, so she can't never be shy. You ready, Justin? Here we go. I'm just a beer, yes, I'm only a beer, and I'm sitting out, apple to beer, but I don't really want someday. At least I hope and pray that I will, but today I'm a beer, just a beer. I'm gonna show you the deal. Uniform.
Oh, now y'all, that is cute. You can't hate on that, y'all. That's cute. Anybody remember when it was just a bill on Capitol Hill? And I'm gonna take this down until Tiffany brings somebody else up. But that was really cute. Oh, there go the woman with the hat, but now her hat is gone. Let's go back. We can listen. That's cute. Anybody remember that?
Oh, I got enough of those. Come on, DJ. Looking out on a lonely train.
All right, that was Justice doing her Bill song. So here we go.
So inspired. But when I knew I have to face another day.
You sound good, y'all.
You got a cute shape, girl.
Oh, thank you.
Shape.
Thank you. Thank you too. Thank you for coming. You too. Thanks.
That was cute. Tiffany does have a cute shape. She really does have a cute shape. Like I cannot hate that she got a cute shape. You saw that lady just walk up out of nowhere. So while she's singing, let's talk about this. So this is what a lot of people probably would start to have. Oh, that's what I was gonna say, Alex. Thank you. You beat me to it. Okay, so now that means overtime for the police, overtime for public works. It was weird because when I was driving today, public works was out and they were putting up, the flags for Memorial Day all over, like the real, on the flagpole, making sure all the flags were right. They were going around to make sure that was correct. And happy Memorial Day to those, and thank you for all those that served. So they were going up and down the street to make sure that was right. The garbages were empty and the streets was swept. Now, the problem with a lot of people is they're saying that, a Thornton Township event in Dolton means that because it's a Thornton Township in Dolton, Thornton Township. I'm sorry, because Dolton is in Thornton Township. That's overtime for police, overtime for ESDA, overtime for fire, overtime for anybody else that have to be at this event, right? And that's billed to the Dolton taxpayers. So Thornton Township might have paid to put the event on, but Dolton taxpayers are paying like the overtime, right? From what I understand, like I said. Also, oh, thank you, Dave Channel. Thank you, everybody that just joined. It's really cute. I appreciate you. J. Jones said I have a cute shape. I know that's right, J. Jones. Um, it's really interesting, right? So so I wonder how much something like that costs. We know that on the 28th, it's going to be the financial meeting at Thornton Township at 6 p.m. Let's go over Mr. Roberts. He's what he wrote for Lansing Journal in a second as well. But this is very interesting because I'm kind of in the middle when it comes to this because I remember that Frank Zuccarelli would not have anything um when he was a supervisor in Dolton. And before I got involved into this, I didn't know that he really wasn't getting along allegedly with one of the former mayors. But now Dalton's in a unique situation because our mayor is the supervisor. So it would have been something positive, right? If all of this wasn't going on, if it would have went another way, this would have been something so positive. If she would have did things the 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 right way is what I'm trying to say. Things would it would have been really nice. Um, um, it's really interesting to see that it could have been something good and it turned into something bad. You know what I mean? Like this could have been something good. Let's go.
Other people came out. Other people was on the mic singing. And there's one rapper, man, I love. You gonna put her on. Let me turn it around. Hopefully, you found her music.
Well, at least you ain't DJ here.
Okay, let me bring Succeeding back up. Hey, Succeeding. Oh, now your mic is muted, so we'll just wait for you to unmute your mic on your end. I don't want to unmute it till you're ready. So, but you're back on, Succeeding. Jay Jones has a correction for me. Frank gave back to school items. I passed out flyers for school district 148 for Christmas sign up at the Christmas sign up at Thornton Township. Thanks for that. Yeah, I hope nothing bad happens today like we saw what happened at the Easter egg event. Hey, Succeeding, can you say something so I know we can hear you? Your mute's unmuted, but unmuted now. I wonder if it's any of my settings. Let me check my settings. I wonder why I can't hear Succeeding. Let me see. I'm gonna try this. Oh, it won't let me unmute it, so she's the only one that can unmute it. You guys, you're watching in real time. I'm gonna leave you up, Succeeding, so whenever we can hear your voice, we'll love to do it because I don't hear you at all.
Come on. I got a feeling I'm gonna be all right. Yep. Okay. 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 All right. That's amazing. That's all right. Tell them. I got a feeling.
Okay, so I want to say something here. I'm so mad, Succeeding, and not. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Unmute mic. Succeeding. Can you say something, please? No, we can't hear her. No, this is so sad. I would love to talk to her. I'm like, what is going on? I'm gonna make sure. I think it's just something. Oh, it says their mic isn't connected. That's what it says on my end. You can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected. Okay. Hey, Go Political. Oh wow, what I would be honored to. Go Political said hi, Burgundy. And hello, all. Hit me up so I can have you guest appear on Go Political. Thank you. I would be honored. Let's see. Hopefully she come back, you guys. Okay, let's see what Tiffany says. She got her little baby. Okay, so she looks cute. I can't hate on, like, I be like I be saying, we be going over the fashion. She looks cute. Question. Do you think she's happy, you guys, or do you think it's a fake, or is she just got the best poker face we've ever seen in life? What do you think? I would assume it's government funded, actually, Dave's channel, because it's Thornton Township events, a Thornton Township event. Now her name is big. It says Supervisor Tiffany A. Henyard, and then real small is the Board of Trustees. I have it. Showtime at the Apollo. They having a good old time. Let's see.
Like that's all. Y'all have a good time. Yeah. Right.
So you guys see those little lights she got in the air? She got that going on. Oh, they're gathering the contestants, y'all. What's the prize gonna be like?
Now we're all winners.
A jumbotron, a flashing stop sign. What would the prize be for the winner, y'all? Let me know in the comment. What do you think the prize for winning the Apollo will be? Hit that like button too, please, guys, if you don't mind. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Smoked turkey tail first prize. It's actually crowded. Okay, so I wish I would have had time today to go there. So the street's blocked off. It's blocked off. On one end it's the stage, but it goes, I'm gonna say this party is about 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 4 blocks long, right? If I had to say that. And what is going on now is that's one end. Now you see those bouncy houses on that side. And you see those tents. See, that's the whole event. They go, don't pray for me no more. We saw him. Oh, we're gonna miss. She lost signal. We're gonna miss the who won. Let's see what's happening, y'all. Let's see. Here she go.
All right, showtime at the township. Apollo at the township. Anyway, call of our contestants up.
Oh man, I wish they would have had a kid contestant. A kid, like, you remember they had kids at the Apollo, then they had the adults. Come on, Mayor. We don't want to see your bodysuit. Everybody get a hug. Everybody get a hug. She's working it. She working the room, y'all. How do you think she feel though? Am I reading too much into it? Or is she just A-okay, you guys think? Yes, that's the skating rink. Go Just Ice. Fire chief there. Don't pray for me no more there. Let's see.
Am I doing this?
Now, I'm about to say, I know she didn't put her baby in the lineup. She can't win. She can't win. That's a conflict of interest. There go Commander Riley right here, running across.
The baby girl right here.
Taylor.
Miss Taylor. Kiki. Okay, y'all. How many people say Miss Taylor? All right. Mr. Lawrence.
So wait, Tiffany is like Kiki Shepherd. I'm so mad that Succeeda's not here because I just noticed that she's doing the Kiki Shepherd. Man, what did he do? Let's go, guys.
My girlfriend, I forgot that
the song this night, but I like
X and O.
Y'all give it up for her.
X and O.
Miss Tina Marie.
All right, Tina.
I'm glad she got some claps.
Y'all better give it up for Miss Anita Baker.
Oh, we missed that one, guys.
Y'all give it up for my man.
Oh,
He gonna always get his in. I don't care. Okay. So
it's so funny because look, they go. Is that Mr. Moore over there? It's so funny because that's sort of how we were voting at the town hall meeting, the annual town hall meeting.
here with cars or nothing like that. Ain't over. Everybody ain't getting no car this evening. But you gonna leave here with something. You already done got fed. You got your hot dogs and the chips and your pop. We gonna put a little tip on it. Our supervisor is giving everyone a prize. Y'all give it up for our supervisor. Yes. Come on. Y'all know how we do. Everybody a winner.
Yes.
Come in the winning circle.
Everybody.
All right.
Look at that gold microphone, y'all. Oh, she gave something to everybody, y'all. See, this is what makes it so sad. Like, girl, she gave everybody something. Let's see what she gave them. It makes it so sad.
So y'all give it up for our professors this evening. All right, y'all enjoy that. So just so you know, we're gonna do this every single month. So if you have a new song or you want to tune up the skills, come back next month and just do that. Because we always provide winners. Next month be a little more entertaining. We got comedians that's gonna join us. We're gonna have a sandman. Please don't take offense to it. If you gotta get off stage, you gotta get off stage. Today, we do a little mouse house with it. Because we wanted everybody to see what it feels like to get up and actually perform and believe in your art. So y'all give it up for them once again.
Can't we afford to do this every month? Can we afford that? I gotta look at what's going on here, guys. This is a good thing to look at because can we afford this every month?
To that, and we put something out, and we'll do a little video for it right here in the ring. Because my job is to pass the baton and uplift. And y'all should make some noise for the youth because it take a lot of people to get it. Thank you, especially you. Tell me your name again. And how old are you, Taylor? 7 years old. She got up here. A lot of people get up here and say 2 words. So y'all give it for Taylor again. I got to push the youth. Public speaking is the hardest thing to do. And just getting on the stage. And sometimes people get up there and freeze. So thank you again for coming out. Stay tuned. Remember, tomorrow's event is canceled due to the weather. We will have it next week, and it will be really big. We got comedians coming out, magicians coming out, and then we're going to let Biggie perform. Y'all don't know about Luther. Luther is a.k.a. Biggie as well. And then the young Michael Jackson. Now that these 2 individuals, I got to talk about you here. Y'all give it up for them real quick. Yeah. When I'm at Chosen, I love his name. He don't know I'm a corny for my next baby. So I ain't having no more kids. But I will corny for my next fake baby. But one thing I want to say about Chosen is Chosen wants to be a pharmacist. Did you guys know that? Yeah, he want to play some medicine, some drugs. That's the drug guy. I'm with him on that. You're going to make a lot of money with it. But what I love about him is he really, really have craft his talent. And he got something special. He can really go on tour with what he has. So I want you guys to support this individual. Let him know that he should keep going. He said he do this just because his heart is in it, but he really want to be a pharmacist. So y'all make some noise because he is going to school to be a pharmacist. And I hope you come get one of them scholarships, right? Okay, because you're going to need a lot of money for that. So you want to say something to them real quick?
Michael Jackson!
Hello, everybody. So I remember when I met Tiffany, I was like 19. And I told her that I wanted to be a pharmacist. But now that has kind of changed a little bit. I'm gonna be going to school to be a pediatrician. One said that we need more black doctors, so I'm definitely willing to step up to the plate of serving to the kids and everything, prescribing medicine, and the whole 9 yards. And you'll be seeing it really soon.
Okay, so he said he's gonna go to school to be a pharmacist. You guys, if you're in here, we're watching what's going on in Dolton. Thornton Township is throwing in a bit. It's I'm gonna say Tiffany at the Apollo. It's like Showtime at the Apollo, and I was shocked that it's gonna be every month. I would love to know. This is a question. Um, it's something to do. Don't get me wrong, but now that we're looking more into it, are we able to afford this every month? You know what I mean? This is very interesting. Let me go to events. Okay, we got the Cinco de Mayo. She didn't. They put the Mother's Day up. They put Bingo up. They didn't put Apollo up. Let me go to. Let's see what Luther has to say.
Pleasure you all. I hope y'all had a good time. I know I did.
Amen, Luther. Thank you, Luther, aka we're going to take a group photo really quick, and I want to thank you once again for coming out. If you need any resources from Thornton Township, please go to the 333 East 162nd Street in South Holland for any services. We are open from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Our next big event will be next Saturday, June 1st, and it will start here at the rink once again. It starts at 5 p.m. and it ends at 8 p.m. And we have a line of festivities out the parking lot in the streets like we do now, and we will have a water slide too. So if your kids want to get wet, you can also indulge in that. If you would like to rent this location, you need to go to the village of Dolton to do so, and you can go see. We got one person here, but I'm putting on Will right now. But just ask Will, and he'll have application at the front desk if you are interested in the location. Thank you again for all your love and your support. Keep me in your prayers. Always remember, keep growing, keep leaning on each other, keep God first, keep everybody in your prayers, because you never know. I always say, me today, you tomorrow. This is why you can't stand for mess. You must fight and grow as a community, because what they have in other communities, I guarantee you, we will build in our communities. But I need a community that wants what we want as a vision, and that is growth, that is opportunities. And I'm gonna leave you with this. When you guys make your money in your own communities, a lot of you guys work at Thornton Township, Village of Dolton, you take your taxpaying dollar and you go to another community. You spend your dollar 5 times in that community, but 1 time maybe in our community, and that's to get to that community. That means you stop at the gas station, get on the E-way, and you go to that community. You pay for a fun time, whether it's a movie, a restaurant, you buy your medicine there, things of that nature. You guys got to see what your worth is and see what you have before you. Because at the end of the day, we only live once, but it's what you do within that dash. That's what people fail to realize. What you do in that dash matters the most. Keep growing, guys. Keep loving on each other. Never, ever stop. Never, ever give up. If you listen to the rappers, the singers, the actors, things of that nature, if you listen to them, they'll tell you their stories. It's always somebody telling them why they couldn't do it and trying to stop them. But they tell you that it was that one person that believed in them and pushed them and went the entire way. You have moms that actually moved to LA because their kid wanted to be an actor or an actress. And now to this day, they are that because their parent believed in them. And I love Chosen's parent because they believed in his dream and they pushed this young man. That's how I met them. And all I did was open the door and gave them opportunity to grow. You will see them next week. Yes, we're going to do it all over again. And we will make sure that we keep on letting them know, don't give up. And if you're watching my live video or anybody's live out here, please book them. What is your phone number to book you guys?
708-673-1157. 708-673-1157. I also got cards too if you're interested.
So if you're watching this via live stream, you can book Chosen or Boogie, aka Luther, if you would like entertainment for your event or your party. Thank you again for coming out. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all make some noise for everybody again. All right, we're gonna take a group picture. Come on, we're gonna take a group.
Okay, so y'all heard that she said if you want to rent the skater rink space, She said she'll just put it in Will. So it's Will, don't pray for me no more, more. I think that's who it is. You would go to him for application. And I think, yeah, William Moore. So I think she calls him Will. So that's our fame this
More, you prayed us in on unity. You prayed us in and came with the most divisive speech I heard in my life. Don't pray for me no more.
guy with the black glasses back there. So what, she lost a little signal. She's taking a group photo. Then I guess we'll find out who won the Apollo soon. So yeah, to have it every month, we'll come back on Burgundy Blue Commentary and we're gonna talk about that. But this is a Thornton Township, event, right? And it's placed in Dolton. So it's okay. So people, I'm gonna be honest. I'm wondering how many, because Thornton Township has 17 other cities, right? I wonder how many people from those other towns and cities participated in this, because this is a Thornton Township event. You know what I mean? So it's in Dolton. So Dolton employees are getting the overtime and the money, and but that comes from the village, right? Because that's where it's taking place. But I'm wondering who can? You could go up there and get an application to rent that space. I went to the website. It's not clear. She said we could just go to Will. Well, shoot, we just can't walk in the village hall because we gotta wait. We can't even walk in the village hall. We gotta stand in the doorway. So I don't think it's gonna be easy to rent, but hey, I could be wrong. On top of that, I noticed that she didn't mention May 28th is a Thornton Township. She mentioned if you need resources, go ahead. But it's a board financial meeting May 28th. So she says that the Memorial Day event, because this weekend was going to be jam packed. It was going to be the Memorial Day event, right? And then it was the Apollo. So it was a 3-day weekend of events. So now the weather won't be as good. So that has been moved. So now, technically, it's going to be an event next week. Same thing. And then she said we're going to do Apollo every month. I guess why we can. Can we afford this? Yeah, Hung Fu, that is where she will be getting a raise. That's where she will be getting a raise. So let's go over to I want to give you guys the map of the skating rink so you can sort of visualize. I wouldn't dare put a drone in the air if I was you right about now. This is still buffering. This is it right here. So all of this is blocked. That's about one, two. I said it's about 4 blocks in Dolton that she has blocked off. The skating rinks in the middle. The basketball courts are absolutely full. On the side, so it has bouncy houses, all that cool stuff. Let's go back to see what's going on at the Apollo. Thanks for being patient. I'm in my sewing room and I'm like, oh, I forgot to bring my charger. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it back up. Thanks for being here, guys. Hit the like. Let me know you're still in here. Okay, let's go back. So I wonder, do you guys think it's gonna be easy to rent the skating rink? Let me see. Thanks for being patient, guys. I had my sewing machine going, but I didn't have anything else. Okay, her live cut out. Oh man, we didn't see who got to win the Apollo. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we caught the end. So, do you think it's gonna be easy? I mean, how much you think it would cost to rent a skating rink out? I'm wondering how much would that cost? It didn't look like it was a heavy police presence over there when I went by. It wasn't. It's more police presence at a board meeting than it was at this event, right? And this is on Greenwood and 144th, guys. If anybody was trying for another hour.
What your work is to see what you have before you. Because at the end of the day, of that nature, if you listen to them, they'll tell you their stories. It's always somebody telling them why they couldn't do it because they kid want to be an actor. And we will make sure that we keep on letting them know, don't give up. And if you're watching my live, look, you guys, if you're watching this via live group picture,
it did end right there, guys. I mean, I want to see who won the Apollo. Or maybe they're all winners today. And like she said, next week it's going to be the Sandman, right? Next week it's the Sandman. Okay, so I want to read this from Dave's channel. She's fooling everyone. Okay, I'm just going to talk turkey right here. Yeah, all those people, most of them will be able to, a lot of them will be able to vote for the super mayor. So this sort of is like a campaign, if you will. She's doing something. We still don't know where the receipts. We still don't know where the money is. But as someone that lives in the community, it's nice to see, but it's bittersweet because I'm thinking like, I hope that we can afford this, but at the same time, do you want to take that from the kids? It's decked out, but it's like if we can't afford it, and if a water main break, but then it's nothing to do for the youth. That's what I mean. Like it, yeah, no credible threats, uncommon, and very much so. It's not, now we be having more credible threats at a board meeting allegedly, right? Than the Apollo. We outside on the ice skating rink. So I want to point that out. She's still, everybody, we saying what we saying, but she's still free. She's still the super mayor. She's still the supervisor and the mayor. She still is bringing something to the community currently, but we just don't know if we got any money in the bank account. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we got this on Link or some, or EBT for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we got the food on EBT, and maybe she just took the gazebos out the shed. I don't know how this is going, but we do know we haven't paid for the ice skating rink and some of those stop signs yet. But as a resident, I have to speak frankly. It's good to see people being able to be out there in the community. I can't front. It's something we haven't seen in years. This is how Dolton sort of used to be. Have activities, have stuff to do for the community, but she's bringing Thornton Township dollars to Dolton. She's bringing Thornton Township dollars to Dolton, and that's what's happening. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm stuck because it's like, yeah, my taxes, I pay taxes, right? You'll be like that, but then we didn't have no basketball courts open like that, looking away, crack foundation or not, they weren't out there. It's a shame that things have to be locked down. So I wonder if anybody will call the bluff and say, hey, since you said I could rent the roller rink, I'm calling in to see how much it costs, and where's the calendar where I could do so? I wonder how much that would cost, because I hate to say that is kind of cool. Like for Chicago, the JB skaters, if they rented an event, and what's the hours of the rink? Because we have not been able to use it. So I guess you can't just go up to the rink with your skates and skate freely. What's the insurance on that rink? What kind of insurance is going on over there, right? It's so many things we want to know. Let's go on over to the Lansing Journal right quick. I'm gonna look and see if I can find Paul Roberts' article. And shout out to the Lansing Journal. They have a new t-shirt line. Let me see if I can see it. Here we go. It's local voices. Let's go over here and read. They have a new t-shirt line. So if you want to support the Lansing Journal, it's here. Getting a t-shirt. They're moving up, and they always been a reliable journalism over there, but they're definitely moving up as a number one source to what's going on to this to the Henyard administration. I would go over to the Lansing Journal before I go to anything else to find out what's going on. Okay, so it says local voices. Thornton Township's proposed budget could be Tiffany Henyard's biggest crime yet. Remember, that is May 28th, right? She's going to get that raise. Oh, thank you. Lansing Journal is here. Thank you so much, the Lansing Journal. Thanks for being here. So yeah, we're going to get one of those cool t-shirts. The other day, I heard a couple of people say they couldn't find it. So I'm going to look and see where we can find it. Okay, so this is Paul Roberts' article here with the Lansing Journal. And it says, I believe that each township is required to allow the public to ask questions about the budget, and that residents have the ability to amend the budget before it is put up to vote by trustees. If you look at page 15 of the professional looking proposed budget below, you will see the 5-month long process of involving the public in the budget. I don't believe any of this happened. Whoa, okay. I didn't even see, if it wasn't for people like Paul Roberts and the Lansing Journal to say anything. Hey Gardis, thanks for being here. Hey Choose Compassion, thanks everybody for being here. Hit the like button. I wouldn't even know that, because we definitely don't have any, we're not able to be involved, right? This is very interesting. We are not able to be involved at all and barely able to speak. So this is interesting. Okay. I do read that the budget mentions that Thornton Township is committed to realizing Supervisor Henyard's vision, and goes on to propose salary increases of 37%. Wow. 37%. I thought it was 30. 37% over the last year, and an increase of 49.87% in the general fund, while forecasting lower tax revenue and proposing further cuts to the assessor's office. Earlier this week, I tried calling the clerk's office. On my third attempt, someone picked up the phone. I asked only for the time and location of the public forum to discuss the proposed 2025 township budget. The woman answering put me on hold while she asked a coworker, and instead of answering my question, transferred me directly to Finance Director Robert Hunt. He was cordial and acted helpful. The meeting is scheduled concurrently with the regularly scheduled board meeting on May 28th, 6 p.m. at headquarters. Okay, so Robert Hunt at least answered the phone. That's pretty cool. When I asked him if it would be a large room downstairs or in the small boardroom upstairs, he replied that it depends on public turnout. I told him what I expected, a low turnout, since nothing has been posted on the township's website, in our mailboxes, or in the Lansing Journal. He told me a couple of times that he posted notice of the meeting in 3 newspapers as required by law. Northwest Indiana Times, wow, Daily Southtown, and The Shopper. Now, I'm going to be honest, we're in Illinois. So the fact that you wouldn't put that in at least the Lansing Journal, And you use the Northwest Indiana Times, don't get me wrong, we could go to the local gas station and we could pick up that Northwest Indiana Times. But this is interesting. Like when you posted it in Indiana. This is crazy. Um I'm laughing because thank God for the Lansing Journal and thank God for Paul. Northwest Indiana Times. Gardens, did you see that? But could not tell me why he did not use the Lansing Journal or the clerk's office. When I told him that I appreciate his efforts to increase transparency in this administration, he agreed with me, but said that every trustee will be able to ask all the questions they have about the budget to him or the supervisor. He did not guarantee the residents' right to do the same. So technically, we might have to, and this is me talking that Paul. We might have to we only can count on Chris Gonzalez if he has some of those questions. If you guys feel like something's being hidden, because Chris Gonzalez allegedly is like the outsider, right? Out of all the trustees. Okay, let's continue what Paul has to say. Perhaps someone can point to a specific Illinois law concerning the public's rights to question a township budget. Yes, I know that budgets are considered boring by most people. Tiffany Henyard gets increased spending money if no one knows about the proposed budget, passed by her 3 rubber stamp trustees doing business as usual in a small room. Public dissent is an anthemia, Paul, to her vision. As we saw at the last annual township meeting, when no one could view the budget they were asked to vote on. I am submitting this because the Lansing Journal sticks to factual local reporting, even when you could get attention by focusing on the sensational cars, houses, furniture, and sex lives of Henyard supporters, as so many media outlets do. However, I see this proposed budget as an impending crime bigger than much of what gets reported by Thornton Township these days. I trust that the Lansing Journal and its reporters will handle this appropriately. Paul Robert. Okay, thank you for that, Paul Roberts. And you can go over to the lancingjournal.com and support that. So this was the annual town budget. And thank you. They were able to get the PDF up. Mr. and Mrs. Roberts. I could not. Wow, this is definitely interesting. That they hit this. So let's see if we can see anything. Let's see. So let's scroll down. Okay, she got the annual budget. Lord, at least okay, we can't be mad. We can't be mad. She had to get included in there. At least she didn't put her face technically, but it's very much giving. I believe the children are the future right here. Okay, this is the annual budget. So which page do we want to go? He said page 15 was an important page. Let's go there. Page 15. Budget calendar for Thornton Township. October through November, initial department meetings, gather input from department heads regarding their budgetary needs, discuss building improvement and maintenance required. He said at the bottom. Oh, analyzing public feedback and its implications on the budget. I see what Paul's saying. We don't get to do announce public engagement initiative, conduct public hearings and workshop. But if you're muted, you can't really do anything, right? Funds being appropriated. Governmental funds are those through which most governmental function of the township are financial. The town fund accounts for the resources traditionally associated with the township operations that are not legally or sound financial management to be accounted for in another fund. General Assistance Fund, Special Revenue, accounts for all costs of providing assistance to the financially needy and the relating revenues. Road and Bridge Fund, Special Revenue, accounts for all costs of maintaining, improving, or repairing the roads owned by the township and the relating revenues. Okay, I have a question. Which one you think that, like the Apollo, what funds do you think that is coming out of, guys? Um it looks like the town fund, right? Probably the town fund. Probably the town fund. Let me put the link in there for anyone that has a question about the budget. If anyone see Paul Roberts in the chat, let me know and see if he will come up, because this is quite interesting. But there's the StreamYard link. I'm wondering, so if we're having this Apollo every month, what is that running us? And will it start to be a charge to go there, or is it free to the community? If it's a charge, that money goes to the township, but I don't think the township can charge for anything. I think Dolton can. So Pearls Pink said general fund. Governor Pritzker only making $177,000 a year. Wow. Tiffany will be making close. It'll be over the $300,000 mark. Okay, this is the property tax revenue. Wow. So you guys, let me put this link. It's the Lancet Journal put it out. The link is in the chat. Go over there and support the Lancet Journal. Here's the link for that. It's in the chat. Wow. Garda says the town fund. I thought it was coming out the town fund too. This is interesting. In total, without bonuses. Hey, Choose Compassion is calling in. I'm gonna bring her up. Hey, Choose Compassion, how are you? I wonder if it's something with me. Oh, there she is.
Hey, hi Burgundy. I'm okay. I wasn't planning on coming up. I was just gonna watch from backstage, but hi.
Hi, I'm glad you did come in. What did you think about the Apollo down in Dolton today?
Honestly, that's what I did. That's why I didn't want to come. I didn't get to see it.
Oh, that's okay. I was just
Didn't get to see it because my name was mentioned in something else. So I'm just gonna
oh,
listen about that, about
okay.
the Apollo.
Oh no. Okay, can you email me and let me know if something's going on I should know about?
Oh, I just emailed you. I just
Oh,
emailed you.
oh, okay. Let me check.
But
I'll be over.
but let's talk about this township Apollo. I like to know all about all this stuff. Let's keep going.
Okay, so what happened was Tiffany Henyard, she's because she's a super mayor, she's a supervisor, and she's Dalton the mayor, so that's where the super mayor come from, as we know. She had Apollo at from Thornton Town. She had Showtime at the Apollo, but it was held at the ice rink over here in Dalton. It was decked out, it really was, but it's so sad because this could have been so good. I'm gonna go back to her Facebook page while we're talking, but that came from Thornton Township funds. She just announced that we're gonna have it every month at Thornton in Dolton, and I'm like, ooh, but that's overtime for Dolton Police, Dolton Fire, as the public work. From all I know, right? Can we afford that?
It doesn't seem like it. I mean, when you work, okay, I'm not even going to talk about not having a budget or whether you do or don't. But I think before you put in any kind of budget, you might want to take all that into consideration. And it just doesn't seem like that's being taken into consideration. Like, we usually do a projected budget. That's what I don't, is this comparable in your projected budget to continue to add events that cost police time, money, and all of that? I don't understand. It's just, for me, anything that I see like this, it's like, can we put that toward the water bill instead? I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
That's a good question, but then it poses a question like, we don't have, I mean, I think it's right. Like, please water main break me or water bill me, right? Put that towards there. But it hasn't been anything in Dalton in a long time. And to see a big event in the community come out for it, it's sort of bittersweet because it's like, man, they really enjoyed it. It doesn't look crowded here, but it was crowded. And it's like, man, but would you think she would continually to mismanage funds with the feds out here?
I think I think, well, now, I have a little bit of a different perspective about Tiffany by herself and this mismanagement. I feel like Delgado has taught her very well about how to get that money and how to get out and how to get through certain loopholes. So I believe she's going to continue to do what she wants to do. I think she's going to be a little bit more careful about it. However, from whatever Delgado last told her on his way out, I mean, that's how I think she's going to operate. As far as these events, I understand they might not have been here for a long, in a long time, but it doesn't take this level of money to be put into these events. Like, I see a stage and a microphone and a speaker and a bouncy house. Just from what I'm looking at, I've been able to grab a grant and put that right there, just from what I see, together $4,000. Add on a barbecue for a community, we're spending about $600, not even $1,000. So to what, 2,500 at the most. I know this didn't cost 2,500 at it's just, I don't know. And then again, stuff like this is where grant dollars, I think, will come from. When you have events, this is the kind of stuff that you write grants for. It's like, we have our budget, but whatever you had, these bags coming down the pipeline, that should be for stuff like this. We need to have more events in our community. Those are grants that you can specifically write. It does not take taxpayer dollars for this, period.
Got you. So that definitely should come from a grant. Okay. And then we should allocate the funds. I get what you're saying. Absolutely. That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's when bills are bills. Who doesn't pay their bills first? And I don't know if it's just, I don't know if there have been grants in the past, because, I ain't been there in a long time, but it's just a common practice, at least where I am now. It's a common practice for any organization, it could be a community organization that is not a nonprofit, that you just, there's money allocated for, which this would be community building. I will call this right here a community building event. And so this is where you ask your state for money. And then I don't even think it would be that hard being an elected official. She doesn't have to go through quite the same things that a regular nonprofit or a regular community group, a neighborhood group would go through. She does not have to, she doesn't have to go through all of those things. She could bring a bag. She can bring a bag easy from bingo night and put this on. I mean, it's called reinvesting. I just got a lot of ways that I can think of that she could reinvest. Bingo night is bringing money in. Why can't we put it back for our community and then say, we had bingo night, and because of bingo night and the seniors, we're able to do this huge community building event. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. It's just the way to do it, and spending money that is for the city is not the way, unless you're going to continue to reinvest it in something. Let's not keep spending more dollars.
Yeah, that is very much true. Wow. Okay, so if we have, like you said, what I want to know how much Big Bingo costs. I never looked into that. I wonder how much a ticket to Big Bingo is. It's always full with registrations. I never got to see the process of you being able to get a Big Bingo ticket. Wow, this is interesting. But thanks for that, Choose Compassion, allocating and the grants. Now, if this is all grant funded, it's A-okay.
Right, right. So if it's a grant, even and like I said, even if it's from some other, yeah, I don't know how Big Bingo Night brings money.
That's a great
that
question.
that
The-
is a good question, but and that is the bigger question. All of these bags, are they? Is it going to this? And can we see that? It still should. It still goes back to what you said, Burgundy. Put it on the jumbotron. If we are having a community event, how do we pay for this? It just seems like if you are doing something in one way for the community, then you would say, okay, even if we're using this is how we're putting it back. We're going to put it back by, well, I think we would listen to our constituents and see if this is what they want in particular. But at the very least, say this is how we're reinvesting this money.
yeah. Yeah. I you know what? I am totally stuck on how the Gardis or anybody know how much bingo is? How do we we didn't even think about that. From my understanding, this is Gardis Watts. Thank you, Gardis. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Bird. Bingo, yes, it used to be at the Dorchester, which brought money to Dolton. I think that was but was bingo? Do they still have it at the Dorchester? That's a good question because now she's having big bingo. Now, at this kind of bingo, you actually get a LED refrigerator if you want some. You get all kind of crazy stuff. This is interesting.
Yeah, you do, but you going in and you paying however much it is at this particular bingo. Where do the bingo funds go? I mean, you could. I mean, I think part of giving that away is that from bingo funds. I mean, here we go with the line items again. Like, where is all of this coming and going? Are you using the money from Big Bingo to then give prizes for the next Big Bingo? Is This is just the issue all around. You can't say where this money is from, and it should be really simple to say that. I don't. Yeah, it should just be simple. It's not. It could all be so simple in my Lauryn Hill voice.
It's very. I'm scanning the town budget just to see a I don't know why I think Big Bingo would be in here, but I see the Five Alive. Did you guys know that the seniors can do? They have the luncheon. They have defensive driving classes, 55 Alive, and super senior program. Wow. And a benefit access program. I don't know what that is. This is someone gonna have to break down this budget. I didn't know they had all these departments. Where is the mental health fund? Still don't understand that.
And what behooves me with this township stuff, because I don't know, it seems like a lot. I don't know a lot of people. I don't know who, but I just want to say, and somebody, I would think Gardis would be the one in the comments since he worked there to correct me if I'm wrong. But is Thornton Township and the services that they provide, is that the same as what we would call, oh, I would say here where I am, economic assistance, um, all of those services that where funds are allotted to, in this case, the township? Is that, I would like to know, isn't that, or correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking this is like, general assistance. This is where you go to get your help for things, electric bills, but usually that's federal money coming down. So that's where I get confused when she's like, this is me, and this is Thornton Township, but these funds are for the people. This isn't the bag that you're bringing in.
Right. This was assistance that Thornton Township already offered. And now we're, with the firing. Remember the beautiful Miss Sandra Tracy, who was in charge of the HR department, who sadly I think she had a heart attack because they locked her out of office. She didn't know where her money was coming from. She got fired. Um, Hannibal is hungry covered her story. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Um, is the funds even going to the correct places? Because at one point the township was rolling like a well-oiled machine, and then all the new people, they might have not been able to put those services back in. Hence the mental health services.
Right. Exactly. And that's my question. Because if there's help, and I think Gardis said correct. Thank you, Gardis, because that's what I thought. I just, it might be a different name, but it's general assistance. And so, like, even with water bill, where's the water bill assistance? I've heard her talk about it, but are we looking at the budget and raising her salary 30% as opposed to raising the amount of assistance for the water bill assistance for residents? This is where I get mad, because I'm like anywhere you point me, I'm looking like some of that. You can't put 5% of that, this 30% raise toward water bill assistance. We can't do that. 5%, 3%, 1%.
Yeah. Now this is an interesting question. Orb said, "How much is the township paying to rent the rink?" And it's Dolton getting the rental funds because you weren't up here yet. Choose compassion, but at one time, the she mentioned while we were watching the Apollo, she said, "Hey, if you want to come and rent the rink, you can. You just go see. Don't pray for me no more. Go see Mr. Moore in the housing department, and he'll get you an application." Now we don't know about the insurance of the rink, how much it'll cost, but I wonder if it'll be just easy to do that, easy to rent that way.
Um, that's strange. I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna say it's strange. I'm just gonna say I've been in a lot of states, and renting an ice skating rink hasn't been quite that hard. I don't I don't know. It just hasn't been, this much. And I still I understand it's a small town, so you got to go to William. Don't pray for me no more. Just ask for an application. Tell them you don't need no prayer, but you but you would like to see, to make sure there is insurance. And I don't know, for me seeing everything that you have to register for, how much information do y'all need just for me to rent this ice rink?
I'm wondering, and I'm wondering. I'm curious. We'll look by the end of the week. We'll figure it out, guys. Because remember, poor Brittany Norwood, the trustee. She had trustee Brittany Norwood. She's having family skate night. I think it might be this weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, Brittany Norwood. I didn't keep track of it. But
It's
she
coming
said
up.
it's
But she
coming
said
up,
it's full. She said it's full. She said, I remember at the board meeting, she said that they are at capacity.
and that's the third annual. She does
That,
this is third annual, but she
that's
has to do
wonderful.
it outside of the village of Dalton. She's doing it in a neighboring suburb because I'm sure it's not as easy as we think to rent that rink, probably.
Exactly. And as an elected official, you would think it would be just a tad bit easier for her to grab a permit without being prayed over and be able to do something for the community. That's crazy.
It is. This is something so I think it's like I said, it's bittersweet. It's something so beautiful, but it's so sad because we got all these questions. Like now we know the spending's out of control. Is this since they said we're in a surplus, is Thornton Township in this surplus? Can Dalton afford the overtime to keep holding these events? And then we know the community and those that came, it was really crowded, guys. The basketball courts were crowded. It was people walking up and down, like almost like a street festival. I didn't get out to get any video because I knew she was going live about it, but it looked like a little street festival a little bit. So it was interesting to see it in Dalton, but it's like, oh, now they got to clean up. So that means public work has to do overtime, right?
Right.
Where does the revenue will they if to have it every month, will she be charging, or will this be free every month? And like, I hope she calls you for maybe planning it. Like you said, you know how to get it at a budget if you got a grant.
But I'm trying to tell you, that access to that for her for something like this. I'm gonna tell you, and this is just for me working under people. That's why, when you're under people, you need to listen. Even if you're not planning on going into their particular occupation, you should always listen. And I have listened, and it should be easier for her to secure state funding for community building in Dolton. I don't. They know Dalton's a small town. Everyone, that's one of the advantages that you would have asking as a mayor. From whoever the grant. She would have to have someone to be looking up these grants. But as an elected official, I don't even think she would have to go through an actual grant process, because you already know who does what, who gives. You would know who's into community building for it, just to keep it plain. You would know who's in that area. Now, can we have $2,861 to put on a community building event that would bring the community together? Why did I say $2,861? Because that's what I asked for, and that's what it took to have a stage, a couple of bouncy houses. We already had everything that I'm seeing here took me $2,861 of not my own money. And that's the thing right now. We are in a place, as far as grant and getting money. People are all about community building right now. So it's no excuse. It's no excuse for this event not to have been free for Dolton on all levels.
Absolutely. I would think it is free. And it was a lot of people out there. Now she had to double up. It was supposed to be an event tomorrow before Memorial Day. That was separate. And again, Thornton Township hosting, from what I understand, back in Dolton. More overtime, more hours, more billing to Dolton. But also, it's like I said, bittersweet for me as a resident, because I see the people having a good time. But like looking at the flashing stop signs, is it paid for?
Right. Exactly. And here's another thing about the police overtime. You do not need the police for these events. Look, Miss Madam Henyard, get at me, because all you need is security with some background checks now. But you need security, and then you can hire people in your community with background checks. I'm gonna keep saying, in your community. Now you're helping your community. You're giving them a few dollars. And then if something pops off, hey, these people can call the police. They can interrupt whatever's going on. You don't need the police for everything, especially you just don't need it. Every place that I've worked at that has had a huge event, and I'm talking elected officials, you do have a police presence, especially if you're a bigger city, but they're usually hired security people first. You don't always need the police. Why are we doing that? And that's, again, something that you write into your budget. We are paying these security people $50 an hour for 4 hours of their time. Bam. That's it. It's all in a grant.
Well, there we have it. So maybe she will have it maybe next time. Like she said, she's a grant getting mayor. So there we have it. It's going on until, I think it just ended, you guys, 8:30.
Right. That's why I'm on her, because she the grant writing person. She the grant writer, bring her back the bag. So yeah, I'm on her. I'm on her about that. Let's go, Tiffany. Let me help you get my family from where I grew at some free stuff that they ain't got to pay for.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It was kind of cool. I didn't see her picture everywhere when I drove by. I think she's taking heed to the propaganda. I noticed somebody said that in the chat. I think she's taking heed. It's a picture of her here and there, but it's not overkill like it used to be.
Oh yeah, she got that. That's some old school stuff too. I wish I could tell you where I mean, I tell you in time where all this came from, but all this came from that old school stuff. Your pictures on billboards. You want to put your pictures on, man. That's some old school advocate, elected. I want to be seen. This is all me type stuff.
Wow, I did not know, but it was. We're gonna learn. Look, we're learning together. So she said every month you could come to the Apollo. You guys, choose compassion. You got anything else to say today?
You know what? Let me get my karaoke voice together. Cause I didn't make it for Hell Week either, cause it got moved. Let me get my karaoke voice together. And since I got family in the township over there in Cal City, we gonna come up there and get my karaoke voice together and do showtime at the Apollo. That's all I got.
Okay, let me know what you do. I'll be there with you.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
Choose compassion, you guys. Thank you for being here. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. So just so you know, guys know, it's just like a plexiglass. Plexiglass is the floor. It's like that's why it's like just ice. So that's what it's not really ice. So you can have your regular skates on there as well. So you guys, this is interesting. I think we were watching this Apollo, and we had a lot of questions, and we also went through the Lansing Journal, who posted Mr. Paul Roberts, his voices, local voices, and he let us know that May 28th at 6 p.m. Thornton Township will have a regular scheduled board meeting, right? But also, they're going to conveniently have another meeting about the financial situation of the township, the budget, and try to sneak in a raise or two. Also, today, Dolton, we were able to have the Apollo in Dolton, courtesy of the super mayor. And then we still had our questions like, where does the money for Big Bingo go? Do they charge for Big Bingo, and where does it go? How are we getting the money for the prizes for Big Bingo? What about the Apollo? Can we afford to have the Apollo every month? We're not so worried about the township budget because it seems like they haven't had, from what we understand, as much trouble as Dolton has. But can Dolton afford the police and possibly public works overtime that it will take to hold this event every month? Also, Memorial Day's event she had for the 20, what's today? The 25th. So that would be the 26th. She has rescheduled it for the next Saturday. So we still will have that event, but she made it, it's the 26th. And that's the backyard barbecue Memorial Day event. It's interesting. Like even with the roller rink being rented by Thornton Township, right? Will the village of Dolton see income for that? You see how things are sort of hidden in plain sight. We don't know. We have questions. We're trying to figure it out. What would be going on at what? How would this work? How is this going to work? Wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to get back to the super mayor. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to go back to where I was. I find this interesting that we don't know. We're just watching it, right? So we don't know what's going on. We're just sitting over here watching this happen, and we're like, wait a minute, where does this money go? Let's watch Big Bingo right quick, if you will. This is some of the prices. What did Dr. Nikita say? She could throw a mean party. I guess that's true, because this was a mean party. So this is Big Bingo. So I guess someone was telling me how they do it in their town in the chat. They were saying how you basically have, look at the prizes. A Ninja. Ooh, is that like an air fryer, right? Let's look at some of those prizes for Big Bingo. Oh, she won. What did she win? Ooh, a 55-inch TV every third Thursday. Does anyone know how? Ooh. When was the last time Dolton had the Memorial Day parade? Very much correct. Very much correct, artist. I think it was It had to be. Now Tiffany brought the fireworks back, but it probably was Shaw first year. I don't know. Anybody else remember when the last time they had the Memorial Day parade? Now they had the 4th of July parade when I was growing up in Dolton. That. But yeah, that's a good question. So this is interesting because look at this. A 50. You know what? I'm not gonna front. That's a high sense Roku TV. I'm not gonna front. Cause some of these TVs, you ever walk into Walmart and then when you're walking in, as soon as you walk into Walmart and you go like past the little gates, they have the TVs lined up. Well, they be like $600 maybe. How much is this TV? Hisense 65-inch. Wow. And then you use tax exempt, so Thornton Township doesn't pay taxes. So this is my question. We were talking about renting the space. So Thornton Township technically rented the ice skating rink, right? So Dolton should get income from that. But then I go back. See, that's where it's the conflict of having two seats are, right? Does she have to do it? Since she's the mayor of Dolton, she could technically donate. Can't she donate that rink rental? She could donate it to the township. That's where it gets sticky, guys. You know what I mean? That's why I said, okay, $238.99. Oh, okay. Harem said that's Hi, Harem. So even though it's trash, like, but it's free though. You know what I mean? So do you feel some kind of way because it's free? Ain't nothing wrong with a Vizio. A 65-inch is probably $400 at most. Okay. Thanks, Alex. Let's see what else you win at Big Bingo. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, they dancing. Oh, y'all told me I had to be a senior. Some of these people aren't seniors. Anybody can go to Big Bingo? I thought you had to be a senior. Some of these people looking good. To be, if they're a senior, they looking good. So look at that room, guys. Voter, and you know what? Look at this room. Pause and look at the room if you can. How many votes is that? How many votes is that? Count it up with me. How many votes? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Look at that room, guys. Yeah, I would be excited. Hey, exactly, Erica. Could the township reimburse the village for the police overtime? Now, see, can she do that? Can see, this is the, it's like the good and the beauty and the curse of being of both seats. We don't know what can be done. We're this is something that I think we'll be looking into just to see, like, how does this work? These events, I think, like, I'm gonna be biased because I, being in the area, I was like, oh, this is nice to have it. It was something to see how nice it was to have without me thinking about the money, right? That's me just not thinking about the money. But then thinking about the money when you get to pay your situations off, when your bills for living in Dolton, you'll start to look at it a little different. Or if you hear the fighting at the board meetings, you start to look at it a little different. But it was good to see that it was something for the community. You know what I mean? So I'll admit to that. But yeah, look at these are votes, guys. These are votes. You have to be a township resident to do big to come. Those are votes. Uh-oh, get it now. And they that line dancing. Okay, what was that, y'all? A Keurig. I can't tell what else some is. That, okay, a Ninja air fryer. Another TV, a crock pot. Now, though, I'm not gonna lie, those crock pots be at Kohl's, and they pretty easy. Hey, 16 and 2, thank you. Somebody said giving out a choose compassion, giving out a washing machine is wild when the water bill is high. Chopper says paying for those Votes in a nutshell. Look, no, I want to be. This is funny. Cynthia said the room holds a lot of people for bingo, but if it was residents for the budget meeting, would it hold the same amount? Preach, Cynthia. Yeah, look at Paul Roberts. Let's go back to his article. He said, "Hey, for the meeting, which is the budget meeting," he said, "Will it be upstairs or downstairs?" They said they don't know that. They don't know. It depends on how many people that show up. They definitely know where Big Bingo gonna be. Oh my goodness, this is interesting. But you guys, we're look at this event. She might not, like we were talking about succeeding and brought it up, but she might not can go door to door. Wait, this is a refrigerator, y'all. Oh my God. Let's look. Y'all, she got fireworks today too. She has fireworks today too. Okay, look at this refrigerator. Oh my goodness. So how much you think a refrigerator like that costs? Like, let's picture you at Best Buy, right? That's what that is, a nice refrigerator. Yes, succeeding. We talked about the newspapers. Yes, we did. Wow. I think it's just prize items. Jazzy said, do they ever do cash prizes, or is it just a prize item? Somebody said 1,500 at least. Look, and it's like the nice, it got the little ice maker. Okay. No wonder she cried. 55-inch TCL. Okay, every third Thursday. Y'all have to remember, guys, these are still votes. I love what Succeed and said. Like, even though, hey guys, don't forget to like the video. Please hit the like button. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Share the video. Even though she's not going door to door with a flyer, things like this are, this is like free campaign right here. It's events, but people are going to remember what is going on, and some people might not be as privy as to what, not as privy as into what is going on financially, or might not care. The difference between, okay, so Dolton does have homeowners, but they also have renters, right? So a lot of people may not have the same investment qualities that vote for Tiffany. They could be ready to vote and be a renter. Dolton has a large renter community. That is something that people need to know. She has a presence over the youth. Oh, Succeeding's back. Let's bring her on up. She has a presence over the youth, and she has those darn seniors. Those seniors are imperative. Bringing up Succeeding too. Hey,
Hey,
girl. Yeah, you're back.
I'm back. So you all, I think it's like, with those seniors, okay, let's say some of them, they may be in a different tax situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you all that it's impacting more. But I think it's sad and very irresponsible, responsible as they are about their votes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's irresponsible for them not to think about the younger people.
Mm.
That, okay, you're getting a bingo game, you're getting activities, but everyone else is paying the higher taxes. So let's say you're in a senior building, or you're in a different tax situation, or you're with your daughter. You see what I mean? So it may not be affecting you as much or at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You're right.
That's what I
Hmm.
was thinking. And I think, how, like, I would love to talk to like that group more to find out, okay, not to be nosy, you all, but what do you think about your children and the tax implications that they have?
Yeah.
Because this is what I was taught. I was taught that you move to a better community, and that's where you pay higher taxes. And you're
Exactly.
paying higher taxes because you're paying for the the school district, period. You're not paying for an ice skating rink. You're paying because of the school district.
And right now, the school district, well, I don't know about the whole district, but Thornridge, like for instance, our local high school, their test scores are suffering and things of that nature. So, yeah, I get what you're saying because you definitely look at what good example, Homewood Flossmoor, right?
Right. However, if you really look that up and you look up where they fall in the on the list, they're really not as high as they used to be. But what they pride themselves, because otherwise, think about it, it wouldn't be so many people moving to Orland.
Oh yeah, I meant to tell you, I went to an Orland board meeting
Oh,
with
did you?
yes, one of my friends. She bought her first home in Orland Park, and they
Congratulations to her.
yeah, she loves her home. And she went to the board, she went to the housing department, had a little issue, so she wanted to attend the board meeting. This was a couple of years back, not recent, like
Right.
2 years back. When I tell you they were trying to bring Section 8 at that board meeting to rent there, when I tell you that was like, I wonder if that board meeting was taped.
Oh,
Those
I'm sure it
residents
was.
came out like absolutely not.
Right.
Like they had like a set up a percentage, like maybe 2% could be Section 8, but they would not let it increase or something like that. It was something else.
Oh, well, you know what? I've seen that before.
Hmm.
They tried to do that in Bolingbrook. And
Wow.
they tried to do it in this particular area. And when they tried, they shut it down and they said, because a lot of people were renting them out because I guess when they bought them, they were very reasonable. So they had bought another home and they were using it as a rental property. And they shut that down. They said, you have to have, this, percentage, but you have to own to live here.
Yeah, they weren't playing it at all. That's very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, and then yeah, because see, it depends on like if some of the places I looked up if they get like money from HUD, then I think they have to. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it
Mhm.
depends upon how the property gets their loans.
Oh, okay. I can see that. So it's like
Yeah.
Garden says same in South Holland, but
Oh, we know they don't. Yeah, we know y'all don't play garters.
yeah, but the Federal Housing Authority forced it to take a limited amount of section.
Right. And
Yeah.
is it what? Yeah, Gartis, do you know what percentage that is? Because I know it's a very small percent
Mm.
that they have to do. And that's where it was in Bolingbrook. It's a very small percent because with those other 200 and something, 300 and something, 400 and something $1,000 homes, they're not gonna, be in that situation anyway.
At all.
Oh, like I gotta do my Burgundy Blue voice. You guys. I love when she does that. It's like she's letting you into her secret. Like you get real close. I get real close. I'm like, oh, Burgundy, let's get ready to tell us something. I just found out as I was looking up the mayors from some of the other suburbs. I just found out that the one that works for the one in Homewood, he's from Bolingbrook. He's like a Keith Freeman, except
Ooh.
no alleged sticky fingers.
I love that. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, succeeding. Are you still talking?
Can you hear me okay?
We hear you now. Go right ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I said, no wonder they brought this guy in, with that background of managing this type of money and this type of infrastructure in a village. You want to bring that person in that has that experience.
Yeah, I think our mayor was more like bringing her friends in and not really looking at any of the experience too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. She should have brought Gardis back to run that IT department.
I wonder who's running it because it's not looking too good. When I went to Thornton Township, it's always like, I'm scared to click on anything. I'm scared I'm going to get a little virus or something.
Right. Gardis, what do you think? Oh, Gardis, your friend works. Well, you know someone that works there, right? Gardis probably still has friends there.
Yeah, I'm
the
sure.
IT world is small.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you think? What did y'all think about them selecting a newspaper in another state? What did y'all say about that?
Let's go back to that article. Thanks for bringing that up. We're going to go right back to Lansing Journal. And I thought that was very interesting. But that was that loophole again, right? Succeeding.
Yeah.
When he did just what was necessary. Let's go right back.
But a newspaper in a whole nother state? You know what I mean?
It up. The Northwest Indiana Times.
Yes.
He told me a couple of times that he posted notice of the meeting in 3 newspapers as required by law. Northwest Indiana Times, Daily Southtown, and The Shopper. Does the Shopper still exist?
Yeah, it does. It's like you get them free. They're like sitting around. If you go, like if I go to Paparazzi, I may get a Shopper because I don't see Shoppers here, but I have to be in Illinois to see a Shopper.
Now, that's the thing. Now, I remember coming up in Dolton, the Shopper would get dropped off at your house.
Right.
So now you got to go somewhere. So even posting it in the Shopper, like I'm sitting over here, like I didn't even know the Shopper existed.
Yeah. I think it's free. I think I only see it, like you'll see that pile and like in the post office sometimes, depending upon what post office you're at, some of them will have some there.
Oh yeah, and it says the Shopper publication on Wednesday. It is free.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it at Paparazzi. They usually have a pile because I usually will grab one so I could see what's going on in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, like for like the newspaper, like I could get a newspaper because they sell it at the gas station down the street. But it's not like everyone in that area is going to find, like Illinois places are not selling this newspaper.
Yeah.
And no one really buys, the actual copies anymore. So, how like you may get it digital, but it's not like everyone in Illinois said, oh, let me get a digital to see what's going on in Indiana,
Thank you, Lansing Journal. Look at this succeeding. The Shopper is still printed in weekly, but they no longer deliver for free to people's homes.
Okay.
And the Lansing Journal again, shout out to them. Don't forget they got new t-shirts.
Yes. I said I was gonna get one of those t-shirts.
Yeah, it was too cute. We were looking online yesterday. We're gonna have to see if we can find where to click it. Feel free to put the link in there, Lansing Journal in the chat. The Northwest Indiana Times used to be the major newspaper serving Lansing, but they don't cross the border anymore.
No, they don't. That's what I'm saying. You have to go, like I could get one, but it's not like you all are gonna get a Northwest that Times because they've changed. They started changing like in the last, I would say, probably 8 years because I met the publisher, the guy who used to be the publisher. I met him at an event in Valparaiso. It was like a Dancing with the Y Stars, where their firemen would do a big fundraiser, you all, and they would do the YMCA dance. And if you all want to see it, you actually can go to YouTube and look up Valparaiso, Indiana Y Stars, or Dancing with the Y Stars. And it was so cute because they would actually they would do like Dancing with the Stars. So they would have someone and it was the publishers, someone that worked for the Times, and she danced. They had couples that dance, and that was a big fundraiser.
Hmm.
And it was at their YMCA, you all, and they had flowers everywhere. I mean, they had a dance, it looked like a parquet dance floor. It was beautiful. It looked like they spent, if I had to guess, I would have to say they spent, oh my gosh, the flowers alone looked like they were at least 5,000 minimum.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
It was
So,
very high end. You could tell they had just redid the Y, and they told me they spent a lot for that Y.
wow, that is great. That is great. Now, again, we got to say thank you to Paul Roberts and thank you to the Lansing
Yes.
for opening our eyes to
Yeah,
this.
because Paul is just doing the work. He is getting it out there. And I am just so proud of him.
Yeah, I am too. Mr. and Mrs. Peanut Butter and Jelly, we call
Yes,
doing
I
the
am
work.
so proud of them. I
She
call them
worries
my heart-to-heart couple.
she worries about her husband. Heart to heart couple. Okay, let's go over to the shopper right quick because I want to see. We're gonna play "Where in the World is Robert Hunt's post?"
Yeah.
We're gonna
And
see
why was he okay? He's the finance guy, though, right?
Yeah.
So tell me why the finance guy is taking off his financial hat. Is there not an administrative assistant there to do that type of thing?
Well, let's go back first before we move. Let's go back to the Lansing Journal.
Okay.
The Lansing Journal, what he said Robert Hunt answered the phone. Let's go back over there. He explains it. He says, earlier this week, I tried calling the clerk's office. On my third attempt, someone picked up the phone. I asked only for the time and location of the public forum to discuss the proposed 2025 township budget. The woman answering put me on hold while she asked a coworker, and instead of answering my question, transferred me directly to Finance Director Robert Hunt. He was cordial and acted helpful. The meeting is scheduled concurrently with the regularly scheduled board meeting on May 28th, 6 p.m. at headquarters. So it seems like he was the only one that knew the answer, or they maybe couldn't answer. They were told not to answer.
Wow.
It's interesting,
That's
right?
weird. Because you would think like that's the type of thing that executive assistant would do.
That's interesting. Thank you, Late Night Crew News. Thank you for the 1999.
Late Night Crew.
We appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Late Night Crew in the house.
In the house.
Late Night Crew and that other word I can't say that DJ Quick used to say in a blankety house.
Love us some Late Night Crew. So you guys check out the Lansing Journal, and let me put the link in the chat and go there and catch up on what's going on, and make sure we wouldn't know about this meeting because we cannot find out about this information on, sadly, Thornton Township website. And even at the Apollo that was hosted by Thornton Township, Thornton Township hosted Showtime at the Apollo, rather. The super mayor told us, hey, come on if you need some resources, but she did not let us know about that meeting.
She doesn't call herself that anymore.
Oh, yeah. Did she say supervisor? Yeah.
Yeah. And if you notice, she used to say, I will be your mayor forever, which is a very weird statement. Like forever. Like that song say forever, ever.
Forever, ever, ever, ever.
Like, who would say that? I'm going to be your mayor forever.
Well, I hate to say it, sadly. I'm telling you, Dolton usually nobody leaves. They stay as long as they can. So she probably thought she was gonna one of my favorites. She was gonna pull a Shaw.
Yeah, I remember. You know what? His picture. I thought he looked familiar. That's the guy that was in Chicago, right?
Now that was his. Well, he was, but Robert, who this is a little Dalton, a little Shaw history. He ran for mayor of South Holland. His twin brother.
His
Now
twin
this,
brother.
yeah, this is. I always get them
Oh, he
confused.
has a
Bill
twin
Shaw.
brother. Okay, so I'm probably thinking about his twin brother that was in Chicago.
Yeah, Bill Shaw was.
Wait, what was his first name?
Then it was Bob. So here they go. I got it, Seceded. That's them together.
Oh, wow.
that's the consensus.
Okay, now which one of them was in Chicago though?
The one that's smiling, because he was more loose than, if anybody remembers the Shaws, put a 1 in the chat. The twin brothers. Now they interesting a lot. Bill Shaw was the first black mayor of Dolton, right?
Right.
The first African American mayor of Dolton, but they came from Arkansas, came to Chicago, and one of them, I don't want to quote, one of them was on the state senate. Gardis, help me out. One of them was a state senator. This one we need Big Mike.
Yeah, but before he was a senator, he was an alderman because he was in the 9th Ward, I want to say.
James MC was telling us about it on 122nd somewhere, right?
The only reason I know is because mine was I lived in the 8th Ward. Okay, so I saw his name. Was it in your area, Gardis, where you grew up?
No, I don't think he would have been in that area. But he was over east, like 121st in Michigan. That's where.
Oh, Michigan.
Over east. So the one smiling is the one that was the alderman, right? I believe. We'd have to do a history.
Yeah, they look so much alike. It's just so hard to tell which one. Oh my God.
The serious one is was our mayor. That's the one that looks more serious. Bob was laid back. He had all the Gucci shoes, the Stetson hat. Bill was a little more frugal and direct to business, but everywhere Bill went, who was our state senator at one time, Bob would follow. Now, Bob became a commissioner. I remember that. He was commissioner in Cook County in some area. I can't recall. We have to do that on another history lesson. But he hired his brother to be like an investigator for Dolton. He got like some title out of nowhere, and he got a job just because his brother was here.
Wow.
And he was not the one that sold the lake. He was the one trying to get the lake back. The Mayor Peck, I believe, is the one that sold
Mayor Peck.
Yeah. So the lake, so he came to try to get the lake back because one of the things that peed him off was all the mayors before got a membership to that lake, right? To Piscatire Lake, or they were honorary members.
Oh.
And when he came to town, they shut the lid. They said, nope, we're not going to.
No, sir.
No.
And he said, then I want that lake back. I want it back now.
He said, I want it back.
Oh, it was? Okay, the 9th. Okay, the 9th. It was the 9th.
Yeah, the 9th ward.
I knew it wasn't the 8th ward, the best ward, Gardis.
Mm-hmm.
Where I had John Stroger as my alderman. Thank you.
And I have a funny we had Stroger. Was that the son or the?
No, I don't like the son, because the son used to give my friend a hard time. My friend was over all the state attorneys in Chicago, and you would always hear these articles about him and Edwin Burnett.
Oh, but that was Todd Stroger,
yep, Todd.
Right?
Yep.
He wasn't. I think he wanted. I think he was one of those people that just got in because of the name.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, I think because he wasn't prepared for nothing that came his way. Funny story about Bill and Bob Shaw. I didn't have a job. I knew the mayor lived up the street. Actually, I went to Village Hall, and I was barely 20 something. I went to Village Hall, and it was a beautiful. The first day I got turned around. The next day, some say go again. It was a beautiful police officer up there, and she said, "Okay, how many times you been up here for a job?" I said twice. And no, is anyone? His secretary at the time was Jill. That was her name. And she said no one gave him his resume. She said, "This is the address. Go to his house and drop it in the mailbox."
Oh.
And the next day he called and he said he never, his wife came to the door as she saw me approaching the mailbox, like, Heifer, what you doing here, right?
She like young Slim Goody.
Yeah, back then I was a little tenderoni. And he said, I said, hi, her name was Miss Green. I said, hi, Miss Green. That is funny story. That's Melanie from Melanie Fitness. That's her mother. That's
Oh.
how, this is how we get into this web. And Melanie died in a car accident, so that's why it's called Melanie Fitness in her honor. She died young, and I think she had a child actually before she died.
Oh wow.
So that's what the name Melanie Fitness is. And when you see that, that's now going to be the police station. And so I said, I was dropping my resume and I dropped off a copy of my transcript from school. And I said, I wanted to know if any positions were there. Would you please call me? That morning, that before I got home, Bill, it was like, yeah, it's Bill Shaw. Go to HR tomorrow. I got something. And that was it. That's how I got a job.
That
And
is funny.
it was really good. And so the first job I got was on the island, Public Works.
You said on the island?
Yeah, that's what we call it. Because Public Works, you notice nobody go over there, like none of the auditors, not sending y'all over there. Nobody go over there. It's on 144th. It's off by itself. We used to call it the island. The Village Hall had a lot of drama, a lot of gossiping. Like when I see what's happening, like in the whole, like not to make light of it, but Vegas and all of that, it was a running joke back in the day. When Bill Shaw was running for office, he wanted us who lived on the island, Public Works, to come over to Village Hall so we can help with the campaigns and stuff.
Oh.
That's when people would officially see who worked at Public Works. Nobody heard me other than a radio. It's a building. You're in there with a computer.
Oh, wow.
And that's it. So nobody even knew who I was.
So is it just like a big building?
Yeah, it's not that big, but it's the superintendent and the secretary place, and then it's upstairs. It's a small building, and it's where the fellas have lunch, the public works workers. Back in the day, now they have more women working there, thank goodness. But it was no public works women. Now I see more now as I pass by, but only the secretaries.
So let me ask you, or does anyone know in the chat? I remember that Trustee House was fighting for a raise that they had been waiting for 3 years.
Yeah, for Public Works, right?
Did they ever get their raise?
I don't know if they received it, but it was approved. That might be one of the checks that are sitting on Tangenique desk, if you will, right?
Right. Oh, Todd Strong. I'm glad Todd is gone because I'm telling you, he was fighting with Ed is a cool, calm, collected guy. And he was fighting with him all the time just because. And it was on the front page of the newspaper. So I'm glad he's gone because you don't hear his name anymore. Now, where exactly is Public Works?
We're going to talk about that now.
Ooh.
Thank you for the five
gifted memberships.
Thank you, Hiram. You are so amazing.
Thank you.
Look, Hiram, you know how I feel. I'm like, wait a minute.
That I have felt the most connected and valued.
Thank you, Hiram. Anything come for me, Hiram? Anything come for me?
Okay. Yes.
So someone had the perfect, I think it was Pearl's Pink. She said that it's near the valley. It's near the valley, but it's 144th. Okay, so if you go to 144th and Chicago Road, and it used to be a Jewel right there, but it turned into
144th and Chicago Road.
Daycare on one side, an apartment building across the street. Not far from the Ace Hardware, but 144th.
Oh, I knew where the Ace Hardware was.
So you go down to the next light, and that's 144th before you get to downtown Dolton. You make that left, and before you get over those pesky railroad tracks, you look to your left-hand side. It's like a driveway, and you barely see Public Works.
Oh, yeah, because I've never seen it, but I know where the Ace is. Now, tell me, what happened? Because the guy was so nice there. I used to talk to him. I know he lived in Palos, and he used to go on like vacation for a couple of months, like at a time. But he just suddenly closed.
And I felt so bad. I don't know if it was just business was slow, but now that I'm thinking about it, or if the pandemic affected him. But if I'm thinking about it, I'm like, they probably, if Tiffany was the mayor, she would have ran him rabbit for all of his stuff, like on credit for Dolton, probably. I
Yeah,
don't
because that was so weird because he seemed to be doing good. He seemed to have a good flow. And that one guy worked there for him. He was like, he had a good, because that guy, you could tell that guy protected, things around there.
Yes, yes, I
I
know
think his
exactly.
name was Tony. He had long braids, I think. But you
Yeah.
could tell he protected things around there.
Yeah, he also right behind that property, Fun Dalton Fact. It's an apartment building that Ace Hardware building owns, and it housed a
Oh,
lot of people that would come into Dalton, maybe needed the residency or anything like that. It was a nice place to rent. It wasn't shabby. It was just pretty
right.
small little place, and it
Yeah,
was.
he was a very nice guy.
Hmm.
I can't
Hmm.
think of his name, but he was but suddenly he was gone. And it was during the pandemic because that he
Yeah,
was just yeah, he was just gone.
I would go up there with any kind of problem, like, oh no, I have a nail. Is it spelled Nell or Nail? They be like, just give it to
But
me. I'll fix
they
it.
were magical. They can do things.
They were so helpful.
They are so good. Yeah,
So we
I
got,
miss them.
yeah, I do too. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I hope
definitely,
everything was okay. But I think he was in a good financial position. Because like I
ooh,
said, he lived in a great place. He had wealthy friends. I know. When I walk in the store, I don't meet a stranger. We become friends.
yeah,
I
yeah.
have to know what's going on when I spend my money, y'all. I have to know if I'm spending my dollars. And actually, I would do a secret audit there. They just didn't know it. So
Oh,
that's why I had to go there. Because I mean,
oh,
you figure me randomly going in Ace Hardware in Dalton, and I don't
mhm.
know where anything else is in Dalton except Ace Hardware, where a friend of mine lived, and where where the grocery store is. I think those are the only three things I know. Oh, Menards. I know Menards.
No Italian Fiesta for you
No,
succeeded.
I don't know where Italian Fiesta is.
Oh, did you ever bowl at the Dalton Bowling Alley?
No.
Okay, okay.
You
Well,
know
maybe,
what happened? Well, see, like, no, I'm not really a good bowler, but I like those laser bowling alleys, you all, because it helps people like me that can bowl.
oh,
Like
yeah.
if you get if you get a gutter, it's like try next time and it lights up. So it still makes you feel like
See, that's where that participation trophy come in succeeded. Everybody get a trophy for
oh,
participation.
tell her hi.
Hello, Mrs. Greenard.
Tell her we hope she's doing good.
We really do. The cutest little couple right here.
Yes.
It's
Did you
cute.
tell her what we said about how you leaned in and y'all meshed into one? You be like, oh yeah, they together.
You can tell by this picture. He said something to her.
Hmm.
You looking good, baby girl.
He was like, yeah.
She
No,
like,
he didn't have
yeah,
to say nothing. He just said, yeah.
yeah, that's my baby.
Now, have you thought about doing the history of Thornton?
Yes. Okay. So today I went by the library. Why did they have more Thornton books?
Hmm.
And I said maybe I should talk about Thornton Township, but I'm kind of intimidated. Like, would that get more crowded? Like, I'm intimidated because I never even thought to see who was the supervisor before Frank Zuccarelli. I don't even know.
Oh well, when I was reading about I want to know about that restaurant. That restaurant that's over there.
Blueberry Field.
No, it's in Thornton.
In the city of Thornton.
Yes, I'm talking about the city of Thornton.
Okay, now I have never seen a restaurant in Thornton. I don't go over there. What is it over
Oh, cause see, I go over there all the time. That's my little back road.
there?
It's like some type of distillery.
Oh, they dress up like old time and make the drinks.
I don't know. Is that what they do there?
Oh my goodness, it's saved in my calendar. Yes. Let's pull it up. How did we get on here? See, succeeded.
Yeah, because I want you to talk about Thornton because they have a history that's very interesting. Like by the quarry.
The Quarry Ballroom. It's that, but that's not the one I'm talking about. It's another one. But the Quarry Ballroom is over there. But it's a place. It was a coworker had a wedding there.
See, you all, I was confused because
Mhm.
see, I've been a Hoosier now for over a decade. So I was confused. So I was actually thinking that's where Thornton, that's where you all were at for the meetings.
No, we were literally not the city of Thornton or the
Right.
town of Thornton. We were in a township of Thornton.
Correct. See, I was confused. So I was thinking every time, you remember when I said that the officer was spending too much time at the 7-Eleven?
Uh-huh.
I meant the 7-Eleven that's in Thornton.
Oh, right up at the Oasis. Okay, yeah.
No, not the Oasis. The little back road. Like if I'm coming from Homewood, take the little back road, get some, like the 7-Eleven, and then there's the Thornton Library, and then this restaurant is on the left side.
And then you end up in Lansing too from that back road.
You do. Okay. So I was thinking that's where you all were having these meetings.
Yeah.
But now I know you're talking about if I head straight down 159th. Right?
Yeah.
And just keep
exactly.
Now I know. Like probably okay. Yeah, I was confused. Thornton, it just confuses me.
Now this
Thornton.
Succeed. I'm gonna show you. I think you're talking about Thornton Distillery, possibly, but let me show
that's
you.
it. That's the name of it.
Oh, okay. Now this is the one no, this isn't it. They have a distilling company, and they said something about Al Capone.
Well, Al Capone has a history in the South suburbs because he used to have a home that was in Chicago Heights. Because there's a rich history. I know one of my friends from church, I used to call her, her name was DeLuca. And I told her, DeLuca, that's a good Italian name, DeLuca. And she told me like they used to have that's what they used to call it, Little Italy back in the day.
Over in Thornton?
No, in Chicago Heights.
Chicago Heights. Oh, we were talking about that, right? They have some of the nicest. It was Little Italy. Is very true.
They said like they used to go buy their chickens like they were live when they would go buy them, and they would just like wring their necks like there. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, now, Gardis, I think that's true because remember they had that history where they were selling beer in Thornton even when they weren't supposed to with the prohibition.
This is very interesting because hey Purpose, hello everybody that just joined the chat. Hit the like button. We appreciate you so much. So succeeding. That's what I want to talk about. Gardis' comment. He said, I believe Al Capone owned property.
I think so, Gardis. And that'll be interesting too to talk about the homes he had, because even the one on the south side of Chicago was interesting, or some of those hotels had those secret, exits for them to be able to get out fast.
Yeah, and it's so funny because in another thing out in, like you said, mentioned Chicago Heights / Little Italy. We have to talk about that.
Right.
A lot of them have 2 kitchens in those houses.
Right.
Because people would love to cook the downstairs, and then the men would have their meetings and everything upstairs, or vice versa. So a lot of those homes have 2 kitchens.
Oh, they do, because I have some friends, nice Italian names, Natalie.
Oh.
And I went to, and I always said, if something happens, y'all, I'm going to the Natalie's house, because they all have in their basement wine barrels. You all get this. Each of the children had their own wine barrels. So the Natalie's invited, me and my ex over once for dinner. And guys, wait, I'm gonna do my Burgundy voice. And you guys, I said my friends would never believe this. Papa was in the living room, you all. He gave me wine that they made, and he was playing the ukulele. And Mama and her daughter-in-law were making fresh pizzellis in the kitchen. And she had the lasagna in the oven and a roast, y'all. Y'all know we don't do lasagna and roast. I'm like, I'm supposed to eat both.
Oh my goodness.
And you know, their kids drink wine.
Oh.
And they had a kitchen, you know, of course, upstairs. And in their basement, they had a full kitchen. And that's why I said I was going to their house, because they had canned fruits and vegetables in the basement. And you know what else they had? They had the meat. You know how the it starts with a P, the kind that hangs up, dries out, that they put on the charcuterie boards. They had that, you all, in their basement, in that room that had all this
Yeah.
food.
I've seen it. I've not seen nothing as that looks
Yeah.
good,
So, you
but
know,
I've
these
seen it.
guys are like real. And they said they grinded their own meat, because Papa said you never know who touching your meat. I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. So he had his own meat grinder.
Sistina, I'm sorry. Y'all, we gotta do blank that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm
you
so
all,
immature. Go ahead.
Thornton
Thornton.
and
And
Chicago Heights, they have a lot of history.
yeah.
But that Thornton, I was just reading about that, and I said, wow. And then even they're on, because they're sitting on limestone, right? Or something like that, Gardis. What
This
is
is
it?
what is that quarry? What is that?
That quarry, I know my mom is taking her students there.
Oh,
Gardis, tell us the history of the quarry.
that is
It
interesting.
reminds me of the Flintstones, you all. When I pass the quarry, I think of the Flintstones.
Yeah, I do too. And you want to know something else? I'm scared to drive around it. When I cross the expressway, I always get nervous when I gotta drive over it.
Oh, do you?
I
I
do.
I think it's so interesting though to take pictures.
Oh yeah. I heard students did go to the quarry. And just so you know that Succeeding had and Gardis are telling you something, look at the Thornton giving us some history. This is the Thornton Distilling Company, and it says after 4 years of meticulously building restoration and a few more years of initial spirit production and maturation, Dead Drop Spirits was finally ready. And on December 5th, 2019, Thornton Distilling Company celebrated its grand opening.
And
Roughly
it
100
looks nice.
years after Al Capone seized control of the historic Thornton property. Isn't that something?
I'm
And
telling you, it's a lot of history in that town.
that's some gangsters right there, y'all. It look like a movie. And this is in Thornton. Very interesting. Thanks for letting us know this, Succeeding in Gardis.
Look, that was one of the mayors that signed the letter.
Yeah. Oh, look, and you can do a tour and tastings for $15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. This is interesting. You guys, we're gonna take a field trip one day.
But
But they have
that's
to schedule.
their mayor is Robert Kalash.
Robert Kalash. Who's and it's so funny. Remember, we were talking about the whole Alsup situation. We were like, well, we don't even know who the Alsup mayor is when we think about it. So Robert is the mayor of Thornton or Chicago Heights, Succeeding?
Chicago. No, Robert is the mayor of Thornton.
This is a good little activity, guys. If you do want to do craft cocktail tasting, $15, 45-minute Sunday tour cocktail. If you're into that kind of thing, I would have never knew it until and it's on that back road until Succeeding
Yeah.
or something.
And you all, what's interesting is it has an old truck. So I have a friend that works for Navistar, and I sent her a picture of that truck. And it has like an old Navistar truck.
This is
sitting
interesting.
in front. And I want to say that truck looks like it may be like 1920s, 30s.
Oh, that's some real stuff. We're gonna have to check it out. Maybe I'll do that on a ride along.
Yes. Yeah, like that guy does. Although they say that one guy that does the ride-alongs,
Mhm.
they said if he's doing your neighborhood, you don't want him to do your neighborhood
Oh,
because he's not
yeah.
saying anything good.
Oh yeah, I saw one. I think one of the guys that does that, and I'm like, oh, he can't. He made it to my town. I'll do.
Yeah, he because he did Sauk. See, I don't know a lot about Sauk Village, which I learned a lot listening to him. I didn't know they had all those issues there. But yeah, Thornton, it confuses me, you all, when I hear Thornton Township and Thornton the town. I was just confused.
Oh, that's natural. That's natural because that is different, right?
I was starting rumors, y'all. I saw a job on there. I'm like, Burgundy, they have Keith's job. Because they're looking for an administrator. So if you all know anyone that's looking, well, and I said, Burgundy, they're looking for an administrator. They have Keith's job on there.
Very interesting.
And she broke it down to me that it was a difference between Thornton.
It's a wind over there.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's really confusing. But that quarry, it's the largest quarry, one of the largest quarries in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really is. And I remember growing up, people did go to field trips there.
Yeah. So you know who has been operating there? The company that you all owe $615,000, Gallagher Asphalt.
Oh, that's in Thornton, the city?
They've been operating there since 1928.
Interesting. Is that the one succeeding? Remind me, is that the one that said, oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm waiting on.
Yes, that's the guy that's the guy. They were like, he said, good luck. They're like, good luck to you.
Wow. Wow.
That's the one where Trustee House said, oh, we approved your check months ago. So we're not sure where it is.
Wow. I heard that Cynthia said for many years Thornton didn't have any traffic lights. We could see that. And Lucille said, what is that area in Thornton that's pretty scary when driving? It looks like a pitfall.
That's what we're talking about. That quarry, right?
The quarry. It's the quarry, yes.
Yep, that's the quarry. It is 1.5 miles long, and it's 450 feet deep at the deepest point.
Wow. So wait, how do we get down there?
I don't know.
Because I've heard people say, because I remember at one point, someone said, hey, you brought a crystal or granite. I hope I'm not saying the wrong thing.
Yes.
They brought it back from the quarry.
Yeah, from the quarry. That's when my mom took her students, and they got, I remember us looking for fossils in our minds.
Oh.
At the quarry. Because there's the Thornton quarry and there's the McCook quarry. So those are the ones that do the back, like the storm water, like the sewage, like all of that.
There's the quarry, guys. We're talking about it. They're driving over it. Oh, he's bright. Whoever that. Oh, they might be in the passenger seat. So this is what Succeeding speaking of. How big is that, Succeeding?
So it is 1.5 miles long, and it is 450 feet deep at the deepest portion.
Interesting. So we go over there, and that's part of Thornton, the city, but it's a lot of construction. Yeah. This is very interesting. I don't even know.
Quarry, it has reefs. So they said the reefs were formed when Michigan Basin were covered with seawater more than 400 million years ago.
Wow. Wow, it was seawater. See, that's very interesting. So this YouTube video is titled I found it quickly. A Thornton Township. What quarry?
Yeah.
So shout out to them for making this video because I would have never thought. So I guess they're taking us. It's titled did you ever want to see into the Thornton?
Mhm.
Now's your chance.
Yep.
Very interesting. Thanks for letting us know about this.
Yes, I'm like, oh, Burgundy is going to have to talk about this.
This is interesting.
So it says that the tours take place the first Saturday of June and October. It says June and October. I wonder if they mean June through. But all guests must be 18 years old.
Okay. Okay. I wonder if you get like a hard hat if you go in there and all type of
Probably
stuff.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. But then you didn't. But probably now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because
This,
you know how now everything is so focused on safety. Because there was like a client I used to have to visit ExxonMobil. And although it was for an insurance meeting, we had to wear like hard hats and it looked like you were like on an episode of Terminator at night because you could see like the fire, the smoke. It just didn't look real. But yeah, that quarry is just so interesting to me, like all the different types of stones. So they say over 9 million tons of stone have been mined from Thornton in a single year.
Well, so this is very interesting. Okay, we're going to have to talk about this. We're going to have to break this down. We got the next project's the quarry. I'm wondering, like, how did it dry up? When it rains, what happens?
And I wonder, like, for instance, like they say the tour lasts about 3 hours. Like, I wonder what you're doing. Yeah, because it's something about that limestone.
Look at that. Look at that succeeding.
Oh.
It's the limestone in there too?
Wow. Yeah, see, it's something about the limestone that it sits, something about it sitting on this limestone. But remember, it's a reservoir.
Wow. Just the fact we pass over that all the time. Don't give the second thought. You could take a tour here, guys, as well. Thornton Township, Thornton, the city.
Yeah.
Cora. Say it for me, succeeding.
Thornton Township Court. I know it's like a tongue twister quarry. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Oh no, Dave, see, you just scared us all over again. Talking about how many cars are in there. Now you're scaring Lucille.
Yeah, so it really is interesting when you're driving by because I've like waved my phone to take my pictures as I was driving.
Yeah, I'm always like, I look straight ahead or in the sky somewhere. Yeah. I do not want to drive. Look at that's how I be looking like.
Yep, because it does kind of, and every time I drive past, I think of the Flintstones.
Very, I could see that. This is very Flintstone-y.
Because you know that's where they worked at the quarry.
Lucille is cracking me up. That's a scary drive. I'm scared to look down. Lucille,
do you ever drive past there? Did you used to drive past there?
That is very interesting. So, guys, we learned something about Thornton, the city or the town of Thornton, and the township of Thornton Township. Thornton sits in Thornton Township. Thornton is a high school that sits in Harvey, which is part of the township that sits in Thornton Township.
I'm telling you all, and to go even further, the mayor of Thornton is one of the towns that are under the Thornton Township.
Oh, it never ends. It never ends. Wow, this is very interesting. So a little Thornton Township history today. This is pretty interesting. Thanks for that, Cecilia. I would have never thought to look that up.
And then when you look at how many people like move, like I think they have only like, they don't have that many residents.
No, it's a very small town.
I would say it's like 9 or 10, but they used to have like a lot of people, but then a lot of people left.
Wow. Oh, Gifted Ali, I'm so sorry to hear that. This is very interesting. See, it's so guys, we could literally do field trips to Thornton Township with the history they have there. And now we have to go back to the Chicago Heights. I didn't even think about the history that they have. that Chicago Heights have with Al Capone. I think that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, so like no wonder it's 3 hours, you all, because in those rocks, you could actually go inside of those rocks.
Wow.
So they're like places that you could walk inside. Oh no, I'm not walking inside, y'all. I'm not
No.
gonna be like them people in the cave, stuck in the cave in China, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness. Was it it
Was it?
wasn't China. It was
It
but
wasn't China, it was somewhere.
yeah, when they went the Boy Scouts, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now you, but they were Boy Scouts that were like. It seems like they were Asian
I'm gonna tell you where it was
because
because
they
I
didn't speak English. I didn't think.
no, they didn't. It was it in Thailand?
Oh, yep,
Um,
Thailand. Yep, that's where it was.
yeah,
Thailand.
northern Thailand. That was
Yep.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I can't even. So shout out to this YouTube channel for doing that tour, and that's called
Yeah.
Main Light Drone. Oh, you got your drone and all of that. Okay, let's go and subscribe to that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So before we leave, let's go see if Robert Hunt did what he was supposed to do when he said he told our loved Paul Roberts, he posted it in the shopper. So I'm gonna go to the shopper from the May 22 because I guess he would have posted it now, possibly. Oh, there's a when I opened it, it's a public notice. May 28th at 1 p.m. A Google Meets meeting will be conducted by South Holland School District 150. Gardis, did you know that? It's a public meeting.
Oh,
The
God.
purpose of this meeting is to discuss South Holland School District 150th, 150, which has a great 150. I think it was. I was reading the history of that, courtesy of Gardis. Thank you. 150's plan for providing special education services to the students with disability who attend a private school within the boundaries of District 150. Okay, guys, that's something. That's a public notice. You might have not knew that. Don't see. Okay, library happenings.
Oh, did you hear about the yoga at your library going on?
I did. I saw Trustee Ed Steve posted something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. And former Trustee Ed Steve, actually has a live MS discussion coming up as well because the MS walk is coming soon.
Awesome.
Oh, look, you get a free crossword puzzle up in there. Okay, the shopper. I'm still looking for. Okay, now it's probably in this
That
small.
must be in the back.
Like flip the page over. Okay, this is public, not about real estate for sale.
Okay,
Okay.
have you all in the chat ever heard of anybody that got a secret divorce?
Oh my goodness, I have. Go
That's
ahead.
where they put it, in that back section like that.
They do. They be like, it's posted. You gave notice in the Northwest Indiana Times.
Right.
Well, it's not in this one that I can see. Well, yeah, I'd have to spend time and maybe
it's coming out next week.
Why is it notice of sale? Yeah, this is notice of sale. These are some of the houses. Public notices hereby given. And isn't that something that like it's here and it's like it was out there? You should have. This will make me get this newspaper just because. But the only public meeting I see so far is that. That was interesting. So I'll do some research. I'll do some research and see where I can find that public meeting because I don't see it there.
You know, Mr. Roberts has looked.
Oh yeah, Mr. Roberts, let us know if you saw it in the shopper because it was posted there. Northwest Indiana Times. And they weren't going to make it easy for us, so they definitely didn't give it to the Lansing Journal. That'd have been
a shame. That's like a book I read. It's a sin and a shame, y'all.
Yes. They were like, we're not going to make it easy. No one knows where to get the shopper. No one's going to look for the Northwest Times. And Paul asked, why not the shopper? Don't worry about it. We did what we had to do. and by law. That's as much. Even though all that question was brought up at the town hall meeting about them not making things accessible for us, uh, lawyer Tiffany said, "Hey, we did what the law asked us to do, and that's it."
Wow.
So that's still going on to this day. So thanks y'all for sitting here with me and succeeding, because I
Yes.
saw some things. We got to see, question some things like, where is Big Bingo? Where are we getting the money? Where's the money going? And we're gonna have the Apollo every month now.
But
Succeeded.
see, that's probably the general fund, you all, where that money is coming from. Because remember, the general fund is really supposed to be for food and things like that. But the general fund is now probably for gain, because it can't be cash because of the rules in terms of how you give money. Like,
Yeah,
you can't give cash.
yeah.
And
That refrigerator. We watched the Big Bingo. They gave that refrigerator for
maybe,
sure.
yeah, hopefully they didn't have to pay for it.
Mm.
Hopefully it was something. I mean, because you think about it, they should do business with enough vendors to where they should know how to ask for things.
Exactly. We were talking about that, like even the when she did Big Bingo,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of look at the value possibly of some of that. So this would be the question: would the super mayor? This is just me saying this, guys. I've not heard this. But could, because the town is Menards, could she get all this cool stuff from Menards at a discount? Since she's the mayor of Dolton, like, or is this succeeding?
But
Could
we
this
didn't see a lot of Menards on any receipts, though.
what Amazon purchases?
We see a lot, which to me, Amazon purchases are things that, see, I like, if I was an agent, I would want to see, like, I would be subpoena. That's one word I have a problem with, you all.
I don't know that one.
Okay, I know. See, even Alexa doesn't know that one. Subpoena. I have a hard time saying it if I say it too fast, but I would be asking for all of those Amazon records, because think about it. Those are things where, like, you could buy me, like, okay, my old company bought me I won like a gift there. Oh, it was an Apple Watch, and I didn't want the watch. And so I called Amazon, and they gave me a gift certificate that I could use. You see what I mean? So, like, you think about just loose purchases like that, you could return stuff, and there's no one managing.
I found on dictionary.com.
I'm sorry. There's no one managing that process, and stuff could just be returned, you see, because it's such a loose process. But your vendors should be actual vendors, like Uline. You know what I mean? You should have actual vendors where you're getting a discount.
Oh yeah, I would think so. That's sort of what Choose Compassion was talking about earlier, like how she would write her grants and be able to make things budgeted within that money, and
Right.
calling in those favors, like you said, like you should have enough vendors. Yeah.
Yeah. You should have enough vendors to call in to have things done. So I'm surprised. Like, you should be able to have someone to sponsor an event for you.
Yeah, I think
Just
so.
based on, like, for instance, I'm getting these vehicles, these municipal vehicles from here. So they should be able to call in a favor.
I agree. I think it's smart, and that's where it goes in, where you don't hire your friends per se. If
Right.
possible, you hire someone that has that experience that can make things easier like that. Like you just gave great ideas. Choose Compassion gave great ideas that might be able to work and budget for the township.
Well, see, I used to have to do it for, like, work, because I had like this 3-month campaign where I had to raise like 20 something $1,000. And so I would write people, and they would donate things. I mean, I had relationships, like the Chicago Bears would send me like a football. We would do a big auction, Like one year, Ramsey Lewis sent me a CD that was autographed, and the people were bidding on these things. And the bid was so high, I called. I'm like, do you think Ramsey could give me a second one?
Oh, wow.
And
And
he did.
did you ever meet Ramsey Lewis?
I never met him, no, but
Mm.
he donated 2 CDs that were autographed, and they went for like $180.
Nice, nice. That's a little Chicago history there too, guys.
Yeah, so you have so much, that you could do, and you could just ask for donations, for certain things. And people are like Ebony Jet magazine, like for instance, I asked for a donation of a cookbook.
Mhm.
And the lady kept telling me she was sending me this cookbook. Now, you all, I'm getting footballs, I'm getting hockey pucks, but for some reason, I wanted this darn cookbook. And she told me she sent it and she lied to me. So I called and I said, I would like to speak to John Johnson. I said, but I'm just letting you know as a courtesy because you told me you were sending this. And I read his biography. And based on me reading his biography, I know he's not the type of person that would tell me he was sending me a donation that he never sent. And
What?
she apologized profusely. And she ended up sending me still that cookbook that I still have today. She sent it to
Wow.
me, and she ended up being someone that donated stuff for me even when I needed donations for church. But
Yeah.
that's how it started, with me calling her out and saying, I read his book. So I don't think he would be the type of person that would say he would donate something and just not send it. And she knew I was right because she told me she worked there from the time the company, pretty much started.
Yeah. That's interesting because Desiree Rogers, shout out to her, used to
Yes.
um have to work with her sometimes. And one thing about that is she was over Ebony Jet, and she also moved over Johnson Publishing.
Yeah, she moved over to, oh, I was gonna say, did
People's
she
Energy.
move over to Black Enterprise? No.
Oh, she did have Black Enterprise, and then she was like the president of People's Energy. Used to be People's
Yeah,
Energy.
yeah. She moved.
She
Mhm.
had something involved, something. I'm gonna have to do a post about her. During Black History Month, that she had products for sale in J.C. Penney.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Very interesting to see, like a makeup product. Um, so we're gonna have to look up that young man too, Gurdon Stalton Stall Hubbard.
Okay, now let's see. Oh, that was the guy from Thornton. I read about him, the Hubbard guy.
Let's pull it up right quick because he does seem interesting.
So, Gardens, have you and your wife, your lovely wife, have you all been to the restaurant there?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Because they worked on that restaurant for years.
Hmm. He
Oh wow.
this is very interesting.
So this guy, he was a he graduated with a master's degree in brewing and distilling science. I didn't even know they had such in Scotland. Wow. Malt
What?
whiskey production.
This is very interesting. So he came over here. He said he arrived October 1st, 1818, right? Now he carried, see, we would have to do a whole video on him because he carried
Yeah,
the introduction to John Kinsey, a trader in Chicago. Is that Kinsey Street? You ever been to Kinsey Street Market?
I have.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's him. See, now I'm so interested and trying
Right.
to see. Um, and then he ran into somebody with the. I'm looking at his run-ins. Alonzo Harvey. Any relations to the
Oh,
Harvey?
they probably are.
Because this is back in the day. He also served in the Illinois House of Representatives. He was a fur maker.
Oh, yeah. There were quite a few of them in that time period I looked up that were furriers.
What? Wait, he's this guy right here. They named Hubbard Street after.
Is it the Hubbard
After
Street, like the
him.
Hubbard Street Dancers?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. What's the Hubbard Street Dancers? Is that like downtown?
Yeah, I love that.
It's named after him. 430 North.
Like the street, Hubbard Street.
Yeah.
I love that area.
And guess what else? Like a school too. So he had.
Oh, Hubbard High School.
Yeah, Hubbard High School.
Okay.
Where's that at? Where is that at?
I want to say it may be north and west in Chicago.
Yeah, like on Trip. It says on Trip 6200 South Hamlin.
Oh,
it is west. That's by the expressway, right? This is quite interesting.
Yeah, those guys made a mark.
Yeah,
for the city of Harvey. Yeah, those guys really. Oh, you worked for Johnson Public. So you probably know this lady. She used to be over the book. She used to be over. I'm looking for her name. She used to be over the book division.
The Ebony Cookbook. Is that the one you got?
That's why I was so obsessed with this cookbook.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's another look. I have a little notepad. I'm writing all this down, y'all.
Because if you ever see, and I always had a thought that Ebony never had to go out of business. I think that she really probably was she was going through probably a lot because financially, her dad has given her this business. You know what I'm saying? And she's lost this business.
We're talking about the great Linda Johnson Rice, right?
Yeah, but I think all she had to do was ask the community to do a subscription.
I think so too. I loved seeing a Jet magazine and Ebony magazine and Beauty of the Week, and I loved seeing that.
And the recipes that were in there were good recipes. Like I still have copies of recipes that I laminated because I made my own cookbook. With articles, and I put it in like a 3-ring binder. And Ebony had the best recipes in there, but their cookbook was amazing.
Oh wow! You know what? We only had the best. Oh, look at this. Which one was it, Cecedin? This is so cute. These little Ebony cookbooks.
I'm telling you. Okay, so it was what? See, they got more modern because they would do one like all the time.
I remember seeing this. I'm trying to see.
They would do them all the time. And see, I always said oh, I'm going to buy me one of those books, but they were like $30. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy one next year. And I would never buy one. And so when I wanted a donation, I was going to use it as an auction item. I wanted it on. Oh, so guess what? You guys. So this is what happened. Remember, you all heard me say I read his biography. So I borrowed it from someone. I was going to New York and they let me borrow this book because I have to read when I'm traveling, because how dare my mind just be idle. And so I borrowed this book, and it was not the type of book that I would usually read. And I enjoyed it so much. And this guy saw me with it. He was a president, a VP executive. And he said, John Johnson. He said, I have an autographed copy at home. And that stayed in my mind. I was like, I wish I had an autographed copy. I didn't say it to him. So even 7 years later, when she didn't send me that book, y'all, guess what she sent me?
What?
An autographed copy.
Wow.
So I have an autographed copy.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. That's special.
Yeah. So that's what she sent me to make up for it.
Now that is something that can be cherished. I just pulled up that they had those cookbooks on eBay going for some good money.
Those are good cookbooks.
I have to look into it. And Gardis said the Kinsey guy purchased land from DuSable, the first non-indigenous.
Yes, DuSable. And Kinsey. Okay, is that what Kinsey Street is named after him, Gardis?
Mm-hmm. That is very interesting. Oh, thank you, moderators. I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention to the chat. We're over here talking about the Ebony Cookbook. Thank you so much.
So you all, we have to put that on our list to visit the Thornton Distilling Company
Mm-hmm.
We have to put that on the list to visit the quarry.
Yeah.
We have
Millicent
to put
said,
that on the list to look up the history that Burgundy is going to tell us with Al Capone.
yeah, Chicago Heights.
Well, Al Capone even in Thornton, like Gardis
Mhm.
was saying, because remember when I talked about them, that prohibition, that was the thing. They took over.
Wow. Yeah. This is very interesting that okay, now would Al Capone have anything to do with you think about the Southland politics at all? Like maybe we
I
could
don't think
merge
so,
that
because they
together.
were just crime. So, like, when I look at this, it says the brewery fell under the control of Al Capone and his henchmen.
Mm. If you were a mayor there, like what could you do? You couldn't do nothing about it, right? But join the team.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that way. I have to snapshot this so I can look for that cookbook. Those cookbooks, they were all good. The one I got is a more modern one, but they were good. They had good recipes in there.
Wow.
In fact, there's history to that building. That was the one building in Chicago that had, now a lot of buildings had their own parking garages, but that building, John Johnson, he had his own entrance, and it was the only building at the time that had its own entrance and exit. And that was special permission that he got from Mayor Daley.
Awesome.
That was like history that I learned about that building that I thought was, interesting, that he, now they all have, like where you could go downstairs and you had a garage, but he was like the first. And
Wow.
how he bought the building, how he had to have someone else to purchase it for him because of his color. And the bank that turned him down is now Chase Bank. That's why I won't have an account at Chase, is that was the bank that turned him down.
That is so interesting.
Because Chase used to be First National Bank of Chicago.
Okay.
And that was the bank that turned him down.
Wow. And you stood by that. You like, nope.
Yeah. Once
Yeah.
I found that, yeah, because I get these, although I'm always tempted when I get like one of those offers that say, oh, $300
Mhm.
and, just do a couple of transactions. I'm always tempted. But yeah, I do always remember that was the bank that turned him down, where he had to have someone else to purchase the business for him.
Wow. Now and you know what? You'll remember that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so like
And he
things.
was such a smart man. And that's why I said, I think she probably was going through a lot. And, he lost his son and he adopted her.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
Mm.
so, and his mom is who helped him to start the business. She took a $500 loan from her furniture. Think about, people used to be able to do that. Like,
That was some good furniture.
yeah, that had to be, if you could take a loan on it.
Yeah, that was some good furniture if you could do that.
Yeah, nowadays they'd be like, you better come back with something else.
Yeah.
And that's how he was able to start his business. It's just, he had to be and he rode the train. The way he started the makeup line was, he knew that Black women struggled with getting makeup that was the right color. And so he wanted to meet, I think it was Max Factor, and his secretary saw how persistent he was. And he said, he rides the train, he doesn't fly. And that's what he did, was he met him on the train.
That is awesome. Wow.
It's like a lot of Chicago is a place where it has so much history.
It really does. Remember like Soft Sheen and what was the other one? It was out down
Johnson.
Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, those were people who had their careers there.
Okay.
And they closed down.
Well, what I do like is the Luster family.
Luster family.
Because I used to go do like meetings there. The Luster family is still strong.
Mm-hmm.
They still have, like, they're still in business. They're still doing business. and like their kids, they run their business, like their parents would be very proud of them.
That is really nice. Baldwin Ice Cream Company was another one
Yeah.
that we'd have to do it. We were talking about family businesses and things that were around, like the Leaks family and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago
I
has
like Moo and Oink.
Oh, I forgot all about Moo and Oink.
And like how they went out of business. And I think it was even Sutton, like for their employees.
Yeah.
Like Jay's went out of business. The employees came to work, and suddenly there was no company and nothing. You know what I mean? Like they weren't told anything, and they moved the operations to different state.
Yeah, another, wasn't it the Tootsie Roll factory at one point too?
Now,
Sarah
now,
Lee.
now did the Tootsie Roll fan? No, I didn't know they.
I'm not even sure if they're still open, but
Yeah, I think they are.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. And what was that candy place that was in Chicago? Was it Brock's?
Yeah, I used to go there too.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if they're
Because
factory.
they had a store. I don't think they're open anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because they used to, because you used to see the candy like in Walgreens, remember, or like in certain stores.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
don't, it's funny, until you said Brock's, I had forgot about them. They used to have a store there at their factory. Oh no, I guess they do have Brock's still. You and I probably aren't thinking about what they have. So like those cherry hearts, the peppermints, all of that is Brock's, the jelly beans.
Yeah, I know they sold the business.
Look
Wow.
up, let's see, Charlie, the former Chicago Heights mayor and head of oh
Oh, we're gonna be busy this week, you guys. I'm on my last week of work. I'm gonna have fun looking all this stuff up.
yeah, Gardis. Okay,
This
Gardis is like a historian. Wait. Speaking of history, remember what we talked about? Gardis, did you know that, what is his name? Terry Wells was a history major.
very interesting.
Oh, Brock's Candy still comes up. Yeah, they still live around.
Get some rest, Lucille.
Oh, I forgot that.
Oh,
Lucille.
the heiress to Brock's was murdered. Didn't know that.
Neither neither.
Wow.
What happened?
Now we gotta look. Charles Panisse.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
Now,
wow.
that's something. Helen Brock. Wow. This is the candy lady.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Now no one ever told me this. It's like this little thing I always see on TikTok. Ain't nobody told me nothing.
No, I don't remember hearing that.
Wow.
Flora
This
Candy Company.
Look at this. This was something. Helen Branch candy heiress, who vanished in 1977.
Oh my goodness, just vanished?
This is so many different. Someone says Helen was disposed on orders from a Chicagoland horse dealer.
Oh my goodness.
What is
wow.
Unsolved disappearance? What happened, Helen?
Wow.
Oh. Now we knew nothing
So
about.
they never found anything, y'all.
This is Helen here.
Oh wow, because in the 80s she was declared legally unalive.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that's kind of strange.
Very strange.
Oh wow. Oh, they lived in Glenview. You always, you don't hear anything nice about that high school there. Isn't that where that Glenbark school is?
Glenview, the Glenview area.
Yeah. Everything I hear about that school Remember the hazing with the girls? It wasn't that the.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear about.
Oh, this was like years, and it was just. It's always something.
Mm-hmm.
But they lived in Glenview.
Oh, Glenbrook North High School.
Yeah.
Oh, look at y'all. See, I'll be up all night. Don't do this. I'll be like, this is this my last week of
That's
work.
why I'm always looking stuff up, because it's just it's so much good information. But I tell you, look, y'all, they number 474 on the ratings at a school.
Wow. So how do the ratings go, Succeeding?
So if we really want to know how a school is rated, we want to look at the usnews.com, because that's where it gives, because some areas will say that they have a better school district than they do.
Wow.
Yeah, and you'll be surprised at the schools that are on the list. And it tells you what their scores are in different areas. It tells you what their demographics are. It tells you their test scores, their college readiness.
Oh, where's Thornridge?
It's not on the list.
Okay.
No, this is just supposed to be like the schools that are like considered to be like the best schools. So like Peyton College Prep, like it's on the list.
Okay.
Northside College Prep, of course, Whitney Young. Those schools are, like those schools that are really Peyton is number 1 on the list. Their graduation rate is 100%, college readiness 96%. You see what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Northside Prep 99% graduation. See, that's how I was taught that you pick the area to live, is you look at like that. Like Lane Tech is still 98% graduation rate, 4,000 students, college readiness 90.5. So you all, this is something like we should be paying attention to in the U.S. News.
Wow. Because that is something, because if you're paying your property taxes, you're paying good school, right?
Right.
Yeah. And it's
like Hinsdale, they're on the list. They're ranked number 11. And so we should definitely, be looking. Like Naqua Valley, Naperville, they're 95%.
Oh yeah, Naperville.
That's where my grandson goes.
Oh, that's a beautiful area. I went to the Naperville Library. Oh my goodness,
I've never been to the library there.
Oh, it's beautiful. They have like the MacBook, big old, not big computer lab. The computer lab is great.
I know you went to the Lombard Library, but I think you went to the other one that was near me, like in Darien. Did you go like in Darien, or what is the other one? That other town?
Plainfield. I went to Plainfield.
Oh, you went to Plainfield Library?
Yeah, we work out.
I don't even know where the Plainfield Library is.
But I got lost
off of Route 53.
I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I got lost in Fox Valley somewhere over that way.
Oh,
okay. I'm learning like Fox Valley, Aurora.
Oh yeah, because the reason is because what's Fox Valley used to be Aurora, and then Naperville brought some of that property so that they could get more residents, because people like to live in Naperville.
Hey, Long Island, thanks for stopping by.
Long Island
audit.
Long Island, I was watching your most recent audit.
Yeah, you're doing good work. Thanks for all you did over here as well.
So Long Island, I have a question. I know you mentioned with the video, I asked Burgundy this question. We were gospeling about you, because Burgundy and I, we only gospel, we don't gossip. So when we were gospeling about you with your video, is it that, I know you're not able to play the video, but is it that other people that are there, or other people could play the video? If you could clarify.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still here, but that is a great question. Like, can you, if other people video the deposition that was there, I guess I
Right.
would play it. That would be interesting.
Yep.
Delgado Law Firm. Check out Long Island Audit. We appreciate him. I ran into him accidentally covering Dolton. He was the first
Isn't
time
that
I ever heard
something?
of auditing. I never knew auditing was a thing until I met him. And thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you.
Now, you all, now I never thought, like, Lynn Bloom, my niece went to Lynn Bloom. When I saw the area, I was just like, oh my gosh, you're not scared to go down this block? And she's like, no. And that school ranks 97% graduation rating, and it's high on the list as well.
Isn't that something? And then we're gonna have to look into this Charles. Is this an Italian last name? Panacea?
Oh, yeah, that sounds like it.
Panici, right? Something nice. I love it. I didn't know Zuccarelli was Italian, you guys.
Oh, definitely. With a
That's,
name like Zuccarelli,
I love it.
you have to say it like that. The Zuccarelli.
I wonder. I've heard the Zuccarelli speak, but I don't know. Did I ever hear his name? We got to look. I never heard him say his name.
See, Zuccarelli probably knows the Natalies.
He might. I wonder how deep Zuccarelli family goes back. That would allow, like, not allow like that, but for him
Mhm.
to learn the township where they were like, oh, we know the Zuccarelli family, and he's a, and that's how he
Ri-
stayed for 30
Oh,
years.
I'm sure. And then it used to be like a lot of like there was quite a few Italian restaurants like Savoia to go. They had one in Chicago Heights. They had one downtown Homewood.
Hmm.
They had Carlos and Carla Lorenzetti. She
Oh,
actually was Carlo's daughter, and she was the chef there.
question for you: was Betty Maltese Italian?
Yes. Ooh,
Okay,
but her husband was like a her husband was like in the family, like he was definitely in the Senate, as they call it.
wow. So Gardis pointed out we should look into him as well. He stayed in the Hungry Hill section of Chicago Heights, a south suburb.
What's the
With,
Hungry Hill section, Gardis?
I know, what is that?
I
That
only know the section where the Italian ice place.
Oh yeah, it is a nice Italian ice place over there.
And
And
they're Italian too.
wow, us says which it home like succeeding told us. He was part of the Bloom Township Republican Party, but like a seceding told us about the Chicago Heights suburb was home to mainly Italian
Yeah.
immigrants in a heavily Italian town.
Hmm.
This is very interesting.
They even had an Italian grocery store, and I went in this store, you all. Now, you all keep in mind, I am brown. The lady told me I reminded her of her granddaughter.
Oh,
I left the store. I was like, I wonder, is it the hair? Is it the eyes? And then I told my friend Natalie, and he said, well, have you been to Italy lately?
yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
This is interesting. Thanks, Jabbar was trying to transfer uh, a name to find out where the Zuccarelli name came from. So
Yeah.
this guy is interesting. He got indicted. He had he was in office.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was very different. He held office for a long time, and it looked like he had a little. It said after the fall. I guess
Mm.
he got released in 2001, and he returned to Chicago Heights.
Oh, yeah. I returned back too.
And he literally he was with us from 1930 to
Oh, he
2017.
extorted. He was extortionist.
Chicago politics.
Burgundy, I can't hear you. Did you mute Burgundy?
succeeding. I lost everything. I lost power, guys.
Oh, you did?
I'm back. Here we are.
Okay,
Um,
good.
oh yes. Regina was asking, do you stay in contact with the woman you met at the town hall meeting? I think her family was part of the original people who set
Really?
Mhm.
Oh,
talk. I have to look into that.
that's the lady that you met, and she was like, "Oh yeah, my family." That's a good point, Regina.
I'm gonna have to look her up in the history books. I know she did visit the channel before, so I'll have to go
I
back.
was hoping that you got her email, that you all exchanged information,
Yes,
because she knew some of the people that you were wondering where they were. She was like, "Oh yes, I talked to them last week."
yeah, it's very interesting because a lot of people that were here in Dalton, they moved on to North Indiana, right?
Right.
UI. They saw that post Robert Hunt put in the newspaper. We just did. They're telling us. They have to tell us about it.
Yeah. So that's interesting, though. That is so interesting. Yeah, so with so much history, Chicago, and as we see now, some of the suburban towns have a rich history. But the Al Capone, I don't know why, you all. I have just like been really intrigued. Something about him just intrigues me. Like, I know what hotel he stayed at downtown, y'all. I know that he stayed at the Congress, the Pitt Congress Hotel on Michigan Avenue.
Wow. And Al Capone, I have a question because I really didn't follow Al Capone, but the Valentine's Day massacre, right? Did he
Mm-hmm.
pass away in that? Or I don't know anything about
No.
away. Or no, that's Jimmy Hoffa that came up missing, right? One of them, they're like, they don't know what happened to him. What happened to Jimmy Hoffa body?
Yeah, because Al Capone had some other issues.
Okay. We're gonna have to do a history of Al Capone and Thornton. I think that's very he could wear a mean hat, couldn't he succeed in? Let me
But
share.
look at the house that he had in Chicago. Like, could you imagine buying a house that was owned by him, yet you don't know, and you start finding all these secret rooms?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Tony the Ant. See, Gardner likes, so you must be intrigued by him too.
This is very interesting. Millicent says Bessie Coleman. Oh
Oh,
yes.
Bessie Coleman, the pilot. Yes.
Oh wow. Did anyone watch? I like it was this show that won't come back, but I really liked it. It was Jesse Smollett. I can never Journey Smollett. What was the name of that? It came on HBO and it had the guy that got now Megan Good is his girlfriend. I gotta remember, but it was like a episode and they did it was like Black history mixed with horror, mixed with um sci-fi. It was really good. I can't think of the name of it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know. Um, it starred Journey Smollett, and in one of the episodes, Bessie Coleman just Lovecraft. Thank you,
Okay.
Lovecraft. Bessie Coleman just starts driving down the street, and it was just a nod to her. Black history. They picked up a lot of people. Like it was really nice. She was like,
Wow.
American Aviator. I did not know. Now,
Yep.
what from Chicago? She's
Yep. From
Chicago?
Chicago. Because didn't she go to the University of Chicago? Or
Wow.
am I thinking of someone else?
This is interesting because I'm writing all this down, Millicent and Gardis. We're gonna revisit this. John Baptiste.
Oh no, she didn't. It's someone. Who was it that attended University of Chicago? It wasn't her. But remember, and then yeah, why? Because we want to talk about why she went to France. Yeah.
She went to Bourbon School of Beauty Culture. This is very interesting. Bessie Coleman. In 1931, the Challengers Pilots Association of Chicago started a tradition of flying over Coleman's grave every year. This is interesting. Bessie Coleman.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I mean, you think about it, she was ahead of her time.
Very much so. Very much so. Oh, guys, this is, I mean, the history here, you guys. So we're going to have to start breaking it down. I have more time next week. I'll be slowed up with work, and we'll start going live and covering some of this history in Chicago.
Yeah. What parts of Chicago are you all more interested in?
Please let us know. Yeah, what parts of Illinois, Chicago? Yeah.
Because it's just so much rich history. I mean, even like with the the sculptures downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you look at like Farrakhan's house and how he bought the house across the street.
Oh, wow.
For
Yeah.
his daughters.
I didn't know he bought the house across the street for his daughters. Oh, look, my paper is filling up. Farrakhan.
Well, initially, because didn't what's his name end up buying his old? I say Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad. I'm sorry.
Did Farrakhan buy Elijah Muhammad old house? Is that how it went? Because I thought Elijah Muhammad was on 79. This is probably when we need is one of our trustees is of a trustee. I believe trustee it's Steve, maybe Muslim, because of the prayer he does when he maybe he could give us a little history lesson on that.
Yeah, his old house was on 49th and Woodline.
Now that's where Farrakhan's house is, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm almost sure that his house is where Farrakhan, either it's now his house or one of his daughters, was Elijah Muhammad's old house.
Wow.
Because have you ever saw the inside of it?
No, I remember it. Okay, as a youth, I was told don't slow up in front of Farrakhan house because the
Oh, you can, because you know what? The tour buses, like if you ever do like one of the Gray Line tours, you all like if they still offer these, I do recommend you all doing like the Gray Line tours. And like some of them you could do, they'll take you to the north side. And some of them will take you to the south side. And the ones that will take you to the south side, they'll take you to like they take you by where Daly lived. They took you to like where Farrakhan lived. And you could see like they just sit at the side of the house. The nation, do they call them Nation of Us? Maybe they call them soldiers. They just sit parked at the side. They don't they're not like out like, you know, like the secret service, nothing like that.
Have you ever seen the inside? Like, has anyone done a tour of it?
I have seen it on film, like the inside, because if you look up Elijah, okay, I'm gonna send this to you. Like, cause someone, I thought one of the houses went for sale recent. Well, I say recent, like in the last few years, but I've seen it in my mind. Okay, so this is his house, and you all, it was at 4847 South Woodline. And again, that's 4847 South Woodline Avenue in Chicago.
This is very interesting. Now, how far is that from the Obamas? Hyde Park is getting some good.
It's just 5 minutes.
Wow, they're getting some good. Now, talk about the taxes. They're getting some good money over there.
Yeah, they have a lot of, because like the Ronald McDonald House is over there, but it's a lot of, you know, old, you know, well-established homes over there.
Yeah, that's interesting to be in that area. I know I love Hyde Park, but I think I would only want to be there if I had a house, because that parking is something else.
Yeah, or if you have parking. Because you could have a condo and have parking. Because like my cousin, like she invited us for Thanksgiving one year, and you know how I said I'm always obsessed with, okay, is there parking? And she said, you know, and she got like her neighbors let her use like their parking spaces.
Now, this is something else I would love to know. Was Elijah Muhammad, did he start here in Chicago? Chicago, or was he somewhere else? See that he's on the list. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know.
you know who knows Gardis?
Gardis. Start that YouTube
You know
channel.
Gardis
Gardis.
knows.
We need all of this information.
Gardis
Break it
knows.
down. This is very interesting.
And I want to say at one time, Muhammad Ali lived in that area too, but I thought someone told me he purchased a home in Olympia Fields at one time.
Oh, I know he went to a boxing place like over in not Mount Greenwood, is it? Is it Mount
Mm-hmm. Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of Muhammad Ali history in Chicago as well, right?
Yeah, and Sam Cooke.
Yeah. Millicent, thank you for this. Ida B. Wells.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you all, when I was driving downtown in 2018, maybe it was 2019, and I saw the sign that said what I knew not to be Ida B. Wells Street. You all, when I tell you, I turned around 5 times to take a picture of the sign to get the right picture, the right angle.
Yeah. That's something, isn't it?
Yes.
We have to, oh my goodness, y'all. I appreciate this conversations because we forget a little bit sometimes, like they give us the 28 days, or we forget about history, period, and how important that is. And I think this is funny that we end up talking about it all because sort of what they sacrificed made Tiffany Henyard come today.
Mm-hmm.
She is today. Isn't it something?
Yeah, because it really is. But it is. And that's why I think it's such a responsibility, because it's just so much rich history, in the Chicagoland area, no matter what town we could be in Chicagoland area. I don't know why it's so much history there. It just is a lot of history.
It really is.
So that Gray Line tour bus, like some of them will take you to like the Sears Tower. Some of them will take you the John Hancock used to be the one place that you could go and have the most inexpensive lunch and the cheapest view, but that restaurant closed. That was one of my favorite, the Signature Room. You used to be able to go and think about it.
Yeah.
You could go, you all, have a slice of cheesecake, a couple of cocktails, and there you are with this amazing view.
Mm-hmm. 99th floor, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
95th.
95th. I got to go there one time. I liked it.
And then the Pinnacle. Remember that place used to be a restaurant that revolved.
Now I never been there, but I remember
haven't either.
Revolving restaurant.
But it actually revolved. Could you all imagine being in a restaurant and it's revolving?
I went to one in Atlanta before.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have one in Atlanta and one other place, I want to say.
Wow. You guys, I want to say Seattle, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know it was some other place. It seems like it was the same owner.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Vegas, but maybe not. But it seemed like it was the same owner. Maybe it is Vegas.
That's different. The room moving. I remember in Atlanta. I don't even know if I wanted to look because I was eating, and I get motion sickness.
Yeah, because that has to be. But it does it in such a slow motion, though.
It's very slow. You didn't feel a thing.
Yeah, that you don't. Well, I haven't experienced it. We have not lived the life of the Burgundy. So when you're Burgundy and you're with your Birkin bags and everything, you're sitting in a restaurant and it's revolving. But for the rest of us, we're going through the drive-thrus and having us a nice meal every now and then. But Burgundy is at the revolving restaurants.
I was sitting there with my Kathy Ireland for Kmart purse.
Right. But hey, what's her name sure did stay in Kmart. And also even looking up like the history of what's her name, Jacqueline Smith, and how she got in Kmart and how long think about it, how long she stayed in Kmart to the end.
Definitely. It's someone else it's another brand like that, but it's funny to see that these brands survive. It's like Kohl's have brands like that now when they stay into the end.
Well, Kohl's has gotten kind of funny because remember they had the Jennifer J Lo collection,
uh-huh.
and it was doing very well. She even had like bedding, she had clothes, and they got rid of like a lot of their they went through their vendor list like in the last couple of years and got rid of quite a few of them.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Kohl's was like, yeah, you can't find. Yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. That's what I was picturing you all in my mind.
Can we get our Kohl's cash, please?
Yeah, they're no, just like Kohl's. Yeah, they said they went through like quite a few of their vendors and they got rid of quite a few.
This is interesting. Now, before we leave, Millicent said, succeed in Nation of Islam. Security is FOI, Fruit of Islam.
Okay, Fruit of Islam. Okay, I wasn't
didn't
sure
know
if
that.
it was, thank you. I wasn't sure if it was soldiers. I know they don't talk a lot about it either from what I hear, because a friend of mine, his daughter does security, and he said he doesn't ask her any questions and she doesn't talk about it. Okay, so this is one question that I have, Millicent, because you're all knowing of matters, Millicent. So that place that they bought on the south side of Chicago, I moved to a different state and they were building that restaurant. I came back and the restaurant was closed. And I want to understand why they invested so much money, because at that restaurant they did the best of the best, like gold, crystal, like the alderman, like someone I've known since like we were 9. She's the alderman of that area. She didn't even know they were leaving. And I want to know why, with so many people, why, with so many weddings that take place, bridal showers, why they closed that business, the bookstore.
Was
Because
that really
it's
nice?
just a huge building that every time I drive by, I'm like, wow, what a waste of, space and the resources.
Wow. Now, is that the one on 79th Street?
That's it.
I did attend a wedding there. It's a beautiful place. It was a beautiful place. I didn't know it was closed.
Yeah. And so they were talking about reopening it. And when you look at how much they paid to build that, and they were talking about reopening it, but guess who was going to manage it? The guy from E2.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't want him to manage anything.
That is different.
Yeah, I don't know what that. Okay, Millicent, do you know what that restaurant was called, or that banquet hall?
I forgot what it was called, but I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm so mad because I had an event there.
But it just closed, and it was just, I mean, not just, but it's been closed for years. But it was so, beautiful. I heard, just looking at
Salam. It was Salam. SAL.
Salam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Gardis. Oh, you got it. Salam Restaurant.
Yes.
And bakery.
Yeah. And I heard the food was good.
Yep.
But I just did not understand why they closed, and they invested so much money. And they said what it did to that area, because I think Father Flager was very upset about it.
Oh.
Because that's his that's his area. Like the church is Saint Sabina's close to there.
Oh, that looks pretty good. I never had a bean pie before.
No, you all, and someone
There's the inside.
And it's probably good. If you all have had a bean pie, let me know.
Let me know if you had a bean pie. What does it taste like? Is it kind of like a gel, or is it
Well,
like?
someone told me it tasted like a sweet potato pie.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard it tastes like a sweet potato pie.
So, Gardis, it sounds like you've been to salons. Have you? And if you have, what did you eat?
This is interesting. And this is the inside. Those curtains, I remember, very beautiful.
Yeah. Everything was made with quality.
Turkey tacos. Ooh. There you go.
And just for it to just be gone,
Ooh, look at that.
Don't understand.
Look at that background. Look at the chandeliers.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of history in the chandeliers, and the something else was real gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wow.
Oh, look at who we found.
Wow.
Did you guys see who we found on here accidentally?
Yeah. Is that funny?
Isn't that something?
Yep.
Yeah.
So maybe he could come and talk about it.
There you go, trusty yes, Steve. That's very interesting.
Yeah, he may be able to talk, about the history.
Very interesting. This is this is interesting. They had a lot going on in there.
Yeah, because I just
like why that seemed like such a good place.
Yeah, because you think about it, like in that area, it seems like that would be a good place because I know like the faith believes in entrepreneurship.
Yep.
So they believe in like being very responsible with money.
Yeah. Wow.
And so that would be such a great community to me to have a grant where they have Choose Compassion to write their grant, and they would, focus on the community, on empowering people.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Getting people signed up for bank accounts,
This is something. Look, we're going to add that to the list.
Yeah. So I want. It would be interesting for him to talk about that and to talk about Founders Day and what Founders Day really means. Because I know people come from all over.
Mm-hmm.
All over the world.
I started to hear more now. It's like, did you get your Founders Day gift? I didn't know what it was, and now I'm understanding a little bit. But I went to one Founders Day, but it was at Johnny Coleman's church. Like they rented that place out for the day, and it was interesting. Farrakhan on the Founders Day. It was at Christ Universal Temple, but they just rented out the whole temple.
Because that used to be a place that everyone used for different things.
Yeah, it was very interesting. We were there for that. You guys, I gotta cut it because I have to get up for work in a little bit.
In a little bit? Oh, you better go. What time do you have to be at work?
I have to be up at 6.
That will be in a little while.
I didn't realize I was having so much fun.
Well, and we have our list of history.
We do. We have the even that Chicago Heights is going to be a doozy.
Did you all say what areas that you all wanted to talk about in Chicago?
Southland. We got to vote for the Southland.
And we'll leave you all with this. You guys, did you know that the streets in Chicago go in the order of the presidents? But you have to start at Washington and go, I would say go east. See, I'm not really good at east-west. Yeah, go east. But yeah, the streets in Chicago go in the order of the presidents. And the Clinton is not the Clinton. It is the Clinton Street, but it's not Clinton.
That is interesting because Adams and Randolph. And I didn't even know that. Oh, thanks for that, Succeeding. We're learning all. We're learning.
That's going to be our Chicago history is the streets go in that order. So if you ever lost, and then last thing is in the financial district of Chicago, which is on LaSalle Street, is the only area in Chicago, I think that's the only area that has heated pavements.
Wait, in the financial district on LaSalle Street,
Yeah,
it
the
had.
financial, because they call it, the financial district, because that's where all the banks are.
Hmm.
So the sidewalks are heated. Because like when I would like walk through that area for work, it was never any snow on the ground, really.
Oh, that's smart. They want that money to get through clear.
And so they say Chicago came up with this, well, there was this system of the heated sidewalks.
That is okay. We got look. Put it on the list. Heated sidewalks. Never heard that a day.
Yeah, heated
Wow.
sidewalks. They say heated sidewalks, Chicago, ensuring a snow-free street.
Oh, I wonder if our mayor get us some heated streets.
Girl, y'all probably got Gucci streets. Y'all streets probably had Gucci signals, signs in it.
We're gonna have to ask our mayor to heat up Greenwood Falls so we can at least enjoy the basketball courts in the winter.
Now, is it okay? So, is it going to be closed? Is it going to be open like for the summer?
Well, she told us that we could rent the skating rink. That's as far as we know. If we go up there and get a sheet of paper and we could rent out the skating rink, that's all we know.
But for days that you're not renting, is it open for the public to go out there and skate?
I don't think so. I don't think so at
So
all.
that they could be like like a Debbie, what's her name?
Serena, no, I'm playing. I'm
What
playing.
was the ice skater name? Debbie, the one, she had a very tragic.
Like she say, Serena. No, I'm.
She was not a ice skater. Maybe she was Olympic.
Oh, like it was like Christy Yamaguchi. I can't think
Oh,
of
I love her, Christiane. Oh, Yamaguchi.
Dominique.
I
It was
liked her.
Dominique. Someone was one too.
Yeah, but this one was the Debbie chick, and she just had a fall. Like she just went into this depression, and she just never got back. She came
Debbie
to
Thomas. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just very traumatic, like with her. And because they tried to get her back because she was so good, and she just could not get out of that um depression, because things were just horrible. So yeah, like you have a figure skater like Debbie Thomas. So how are they going to be like Debbie if they don't have an ice skating rink that they can go and skate on a regular basis?
Yeah. And what I think I saw this story on Oprah, or was it Ayana? They came to talk to her, and she was with that.
Yep, I want to say it was on Ayana, because they really tried to help her.
Yeah. Oh, depression is real.
And it really is. And she just could not get out of it. She just had a very, difficult time getting back.
And back in the day, they weren't, really focused on mental health and stuff like that for us. And that ice skating thing is really competitive, but
oh yeah, because think about it. Debbie was at that time, she was the only African American to win a medal for the Winter Olympics.
Yeah. Wow.
They called her the Queen of Ice.
Well, and Debbie Thomas on there. I forgot so much. Did she make it to the Wheatie box? I think she did.
She did. And she was very intelligent, because I want to say she was in medical school.
She was a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, very intelligent.
You guys, I enjoyed you succeeding. I enjoyed you for sure.
Enjoyed you.
Thanks for being here, and we'll be back tomorrow.
And thank you all in the chat. See, y'all, I'm telling you, they not no regular people. Y'all encyclopedias. Y'all are that's something else, y'all. We have to look up the Britannical Encyclopedia.
Oh yeah, I remember I used to go door to door. We got one volume. My dad was like, "We're not." I'm like, "Well, Dad, they didn't add in the new president. We need another."
See, all I got was the Childcraft, y'all.
Oh, what's that?
They were the encyclopedias that were for kids.
Oh,
and they were like probably good up to age 12 or 13, with appropriate information.
Girl, we still got our encyclopedias on the shelf. One day I'll have to crack it up to see what year was this.
They were interesting. Well, you know what? I did get the digital ones they had. Like, you know how you could get them digitally. I was so excited, you all, when I could get the digital. I'm like, oh my gosh. But like, what are they doing with the Britannica building, like the old building? Like and like those. Tell us what buildings you all want to talk about too.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Because you know, Burgundy give us all the research.
Yes.
That Burgundy.
Thanks, Succeeded.
Thank you.
You have a great night.
You too. Okay, sleep well. Have a great day at work tomorrow.
Thank you. You enjoy your Sunday.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye. So again, happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody, and thanks to all that served and those that will remember. I appreciate you so much. This was a great conversation. Learning so much. We just saw the quarry. We just saw the Apollo show. We didn't end up bringing up old history, and that's what's so fun with being with you. Regina said we're starting to sound alike. That I appreciate it. So you know how it went today. Oh my goodness.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
I'm just asking. As always, y'all know how y'all made me feel.
That I have felt the most connected and valued.
Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Comment Blue Commentary Comment Burgundy Blue Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Commentary